All right. So, what were the plans for Darth Plagueis? There was some news. What was going to happen with him and other things if Acolyte season 2 would have went down? Welcome to Derry. It debuted last night. How did it do? What did people think? What did I think? I don't know if Roka saw. We'll find out. Taylor Sheridan just set a huge mega deal at Universal, so we'll discuss that. Supergirl has some shoots, some reshoots, the standard reshoots. You think? I believe so. And the box office. Some things did good, some things did bad. That's usually what you get. So we'll discuss it. Myself and John Roca on the Monday show here today. Let's get into it. Kristian Harloff Show. Here we go. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Kristian Harloff Show here today on this Monday. Joining me on the show.
Hello, everyone. I think that's John Roca.
Yeah, how are you? Sorry, I got it does this thing sometimes. It just like cuts it off. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. It's this right. It's so stupid. So John Roca is here. Yes. How was your weekend, sir?
It was good. It was a birthday weekend.
Birthday, belated.
Thank you. Same back to you, of course, from a few days ago. Lady Outlaw took me to a nice restaurant, but did not check that it was a vegan restaurant. Uh-oh. So I tried out vegan steak for the first time in my life. I got to say, I'm not trying to promote this product, but the Beyond Steak Filet that they just debuted a few months ago had made it to this restaurant, and it is excellent. Okay. I was so surprised. And
I got good news. I have really good news for you.
Go ahead.
When you and I get steak, I will not be choosing a vegan steak.
So you think
for our choices? So I think exactly. You'll take me. I won't even know. I'll check the menu.
Do that.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good weekend. We had a good weekend as well. We did some stuff. We just did some stuff with the kids, but I watched a few things. I finally finished up Eleanor the Great, which I think if I'm looking at that CCA app so far, the only thing I've seen that I think, maybe I can be convinced otherwise, that I've seen so far that's on that app outside of the animation stuff that has nominations of is June's squib for Eleanor the Great. She's gonna, potentially. Did you see it yet?
No, I've not seen that one yet. I know House Full of Dynamite also debuted on Netflix. So I wonder if that's being contention this week or soon to be as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out as well. But then the other ones that I watched, I'll tell you what I did like. I just don't think it has a shot for any award stuff. Is the I think it's called the Penguin Lessons with Steve Coogan.
Yeah, Coogan, right.
I like that Steve Coogan a lot. I like that guy. He's just a likable dude. And he plays this college professor. They find this penguin. It's like the 70s in this war-ridden kind of country, and he's in the penguin. You see, it's a very good character study, and I like it. I just don't think it's enough to do award stuff. It's just like it's a nice story. The other one I watched.
I'm going to get you in trouble a little bit. Kristian Harloff says there's nothing on the CCA app that he sees that could be nominated for the big.
No, that I haven't seen as far as. I'm not talking about Sinners. I'm not talking about Superman. I'm not talking about the ones that, I'm talking about new ones that I really hadn't heard of. Like there's some ones like I didn't even pay attention to those because I've seen them already. But yes, Superman will get nominated, I'm sure, for like effects and stuff, and Sinners will be nominated for
sure.
Stuff for sure. Yes. No, I was talking about the outside stuff that I hadn't seen.
What else will you see?
So I watched a movie called Splitsville. Did you see this?
Yeah, the Dakota Johnson one. Yeah.
So I'm watching this. I knew nothing about this.
Here we go.
Right?
Here we go.
So have you watched it?
No, I've not. I've not watched this one.
Do you know anything?
Dakota Johnson person. I really am not.
Do you know anything about this movie?
I think she's supposed to choose between two people or something, or is it two twins dating each other? No, I don't know.
All right. So it opens up, and here is Adria Arjona, and this guy who's kind of like. Who's the guy from Step Brothers? Thomas Riley?
John C. Reilly. Yeah.
John C. Reilly. It was Thomas Riley. John C. Reilly. It's not John C. Reilly, but it's like I hate to say it because this guy's talented, but he's like a Timu version of John C. Reilly.
Okay.
Right. And so this guy's married to Adria Arjona, and I'm like, okay, that's a stretch, but I'll buy it right for now. And then they wind up getting into this thing, and she wants out of the marriage, and it's first of all, it's like a screwball comedy, but it's mixed with dramatic moments, which was interesting. Right. And let me preface it by saying that I enjoyed the film. Let me preface it by that. And so then he winds up going to where they're on the way to this summer house, and that they're friends, but Dakota Johnson and this other guy who looks like a Temu version of Oscar Isaac and somebody else. Right. And I'm like, all right, how is she married to him? I'm like, I don't understand it. And they're both very good in the movie.
Yes.
And I'm watching, I'm going, wait a minute. Because we stopped there for about an hour after watching. Because there's the one guy, the Thomas Riley guy, whatever. Thomas Riley, I call him. Because John C. Riley's the real one. Thomas Riley is this guy. This guy shows his dick like 3 or 4 times in the movie.
Oof, okay.
And I'm going, and it's all about how he's got a big dick. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Right. And then after about an hour, I'm like, okay, how did this guy land Adria Arjona? How did this guy land? I'm like, they must have directed and wrote this movie. They had to have. And sure as shit, they did.
Of course.
Of course they did. They wrote and directed the movie. All right. And I'm like, at no point do they mention, hey, I don't know if a guy like me could land a girl like you. And to their credit, they absolutely put that in there. Right?
Oh, they did. Oh, good.
100%. 100%.
Because sometimes they don't put it in
there. No, they did. They did. And there's a couple laugh out loud moments, but you're like, clearly they're taking their shot here because they hadn't done anything. And I'll tell you, for what I want to do with my pilot, it's very, very inspiring.
Oh, I see.
Because I was like, okay, maybe these were guys that had been in a whole bunch of things before, and then say, hey, now we're taking the transition. They were barely in anything.
Right.
They were barely in anything, and they got this made. And then I looked. Dakota Johnson and Arjona got executive producer credits, which you're going to, otherwise you're going to break the budget to get you two the hottest actresses working today.
Right.
Popular. And it was inspiring. And there are some moments that are really funny, and it was well written. It doesn't have a chance at anything in I don't think overall, but still, I thought it was an inspiring movie, especially considering what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they took the shot. They made this screwball comedy out of nowhere. So there you go.
Yeah, well, the guy who wrote it and directed it is he did a film called The Climb a few years ago, which is focusing on like these guys who are part of a bicycle race, like a Tour de France type thing, which got a lot of great reviews. I enjoyed it.
So maybe that's where they got some buzz off of that.
Right. Both of the guys were in that movie. So I think they just wanted to work together.
And they worked their buzz.
Bring in Adria Arjona. But of course, to be fair, reading just the synopsis, it's Adria Arjona who asks for a divorce that starts this whole conversation about open marriages and open relationships, which is clearly the subject matter from the weekend, because Lily Allen's album dropped over the weekend where she called out David Harbour for their open relationship. And went down. I don't know if you saw that. So open relationships is a big thing that people are talking about now.
It's trending.
Yeah, in the younger generations, they're looking at all this stuff.
Well,
no thanks. No thanks.
No.
No offense.
But I'll tell you, it's if you look at like how the movie pans out, they answer a lot of different things. So I would tell people it's worth catching, because and there are some very funny moments in it, and you've got to kind of understand what the tone is. Right. But that's it.
But far be it for them to cast women that they'd be kind of in league with.
No, that's what I'm just saying. I was just like, it was just so you could tell like immediately but the first time when the guy schlong is hanging out, it's actually a very funny bit.
Okay.
It's the first time it happens, it's hilarious. And the second time, you're like, I get it, dude. You're proud of your Johnson, and you want to show that Johnson. I get it. And then the third time, you're like, all right, come on, we get it. You're proud of your bits and pieces, and you wrote it in there that you wanted to show two hot actresses your bits and pieces. It's pretty clear. There's the second and third bit, there's no reason for it. The first one, 100%. Like, I'm going to spoil it. I'm going to give a spoiler because it's hilarious.
Okay.
It's for people who haven't seen. She's jerking him off in the car. On the way, and they get into this car accident. Wow. Right. And then something happens to the people in the car accident, right? Because she was jerking him off.
Yikes.
And she goes, and they go there, and the cops are like asking questions about what happened, and she turns around, she goes, "Sir, why is your penis out?" And it's funny. It's very funny. The other times he's just like in the shower, and it's like, we get it. Yeah. But anyway, so that was my weekend.
Okay.
I'll tell you, we should jump into, we're talking about weekends and movies and everything too. Just jump right into box office.
Okay, let's do it.
Might as well, because I'm not surprised by a lot of these numbers. I don't know if you're going to feel the same. But we'll do basically what we do every week here, and we go over it's like almost like the preview that Dark Horizon's done, and we'll show the actual numbers.
Yeah.
So let's start with this. All right, so they really hit Springsteen here. Springsteen box office ain't glory days.
Yikes.
Though he delivered a number of worldwide hits, quintessentially American rocker, Bruce Springsteen hasn't been able to translate into box office success. The biopic Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere was released in multiple markets this weekend alongside a U.S. release and is bombing. Title earned just $7 million overseas. At the same time, its domestic debut is coming in smaller than projected, slipping slightly to 9.1 and in fourth place. Budgeted at $55 million, the film's audience exit scores haven't been strong, with the blame going less on the filmmakers or cast, rather its subject matter, namely the choice to focus on Springsteen's depression in his art house album, Nebraska. While critics may love it, the album has none of the major hits that made him a global superstar. Crunchyroll's anime Chainsaw Man Res Arc is topping the U.S. box office this weekend with projections up to 17.2, and the film already opened last month, and some global already up to 108 worldwide. Black Phone 2, this is where they're giving the projections. So I'm gonna actually give the actual numbers of what we got here. And as you see, Chainsaw Man, the movie is 17.3, as they said. Black Phone 2 at 13. Regretting You. Do you see this one, John?
Regretting You?
Yeah.
No, it's a Colleen Hoover, man.
Yeah, I saw it. I've actually seen all these except Chainsaw Man. Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, 9.1. Tron Ares, Trying to Stay Alive. What does that thing have? 123 worldwide. Yeah, good luck. And then the rest of it, let's see. Good Fortune at number 6 with 3 million. Chris Stuckman, Shelby Oaks, come in 7th place with 2.3. 8th is One Battle After Another. 9, Roofman, and 10th, Truth and Treason. All right. John, what stands out, dude?
Not much. Everything seemed to pretty much be what was being predicted ahead of time. I am sad about the Deliver Me from Nowhere situation, but I'm not surprised. I mean, again, this is something that you have to be aware of when you're greenlighting these films. Kristian, we've seen so many examples. People who are big, or content or IP that was big in the 70s and 80s doesn't necessarily transfer over to the younger generation. And this film is an unusual biopic. I've seen some reviewers. I was watching the Ringers review, and they were just so, Amanda Dobbins and Yassi Salek were so dismissive of the film. It drove me insane. Because I think younger critics just aren't into the Springsteen stuff, just are not connecting with the movie. And so it's no surprise that there's a lot of people who didn't necessarily want to go and see the film. And the film, when you read the reviews, it's very clear the film is not like this rousing coming back from the dead to shock the world type of film. It's much more of a contemplative exploration of mental health and depression. And it is a dark film, and it is a quiet film. It is a slow moving film. And there are only occasional moments of like, it's much more about an actor's piece. And I think that's in the end, that's what bit the film in the ass. And there are legitimate criticisms of the movie. I can certainly take that. But I think in the end, the subject matter, the guy, Springsteen hasn't had a hit in years. And I think people have kind of it's a smaller group of people who go see it. And the people who will go see it will stay at home and they'll see it in 3 weeks or in a month, So I think that's what in the end bit that film in the ass. And look, Jeremy Allen White is great, but he's right now a TV guy. He's not a theatrical guy yet. And so no surprise that people didn't go and see it. I'm shocked that it cost $55 million to make that movie, because I watched that movie twice now. I've seen it twice. I went again on Sunday. Yeah, I love Springsteen, and I bought the book. I'm going to get it from Barnes and Noble today. I ordered it. But I just I don't know where 55 million is on that screen. Like, I really don't. That to me is a 20 million movie. It looks like a $20 million movie. So it must have been the salaries, because I just don't understand.
Salaries, maybe concert stuff, music, maybe. I don't know.
They only have 2 or 3 concert scenes, and everything else is at the Stone Pony, which is small.
It's true. Yeah. So I will say this: there's not much that you said there that I don't agree with. I mean, I really do. I'm a huge Springsteen guy. I took my uncle, who's also a Springsteen guy, to see it. And the thing that he said afterwards too, was funny, because I had shot my out of the theater and there was something wrong with the camera. So I was like, shit, I got to do it again. So he goes, real quick, what you should put in there is that it answered a lot of unanswered questions about that album to Springsteen fans. And it did. And what's funny is that yes, they chose to do the Nebraska album, which I think was the wrong choice. I enjoyed the movie, but I think that it was the wrong choice because of the fact of everything you just said. That if you're trying to get at $55 million and you're trying to capture a new audience for Springsteen, you've got to don't assume that everybody knows where he came from and how he made it and all that stuff. You got to show that part of the story. Yeah, I know that that's the standard kind of paint by number by biopics, but that's ultimately why they do very well.
Yeah.
The ironic thing is what we all maybe wanted is what the audience wanted in 1982, and instead got a smaller contained album. We got a smaller contained movie. Nebraska, this movie reflected that album. And it was to, like you said, to showcase what was going on mentally with Springsteen. And I agree with you so much so. If you're trying to get people in the theater, the younger audience is not paying tickets to go see this unless you give them something to really get excited for. And this ultimately wasn't it.
No. And plus you've got the darkness of the father-son issues as well. There's just not a lot of uplifting stuff in the movie. Even the relationship with him and his girlfriend, which is an amalgamation or a version of one of the women he was dating at the time, doesn't get. And I agree with you. I think 55. That's for the Born in the USA, right? Or even go back to Born to Run,
right?
Where he really explodes as a
That's where he started. Yeah. 84 took him to the next level.
Yes, exactly.
Born to Run got him there.
Right. Exactly. So those are the two areas you would profile for $55 million for Nebraska, which didn't have any hits. But although I love this album and has great music, 20 million, 25 million should have been tops
easily. And I think that they were they got carried away with, like you said, how big Bruce was at one point. You know, he's still an icon. Absolutely.
Sure,
and how, because Bob Dylan got that kind of praise that they thought they'd probably do the same thing. It was a miss in how they marketed it. It wasn't necessarily a miss on how they shot it. And maybe they accomplished, and again, the parallels to the movie, they accomplished what they wanted to do. They put out this thing that was clearly passionate to them in the way that that album was passionate to Bruce. And if they're cool with that, then look, we made something that we're proud of. Then good on them. I was talking to Roxy on Tuesday.
We saw it together.
Yes. And we are on the total opposite sides of things. She thinks that that he will win best best actor. I said no way. I said there might be a chance he even gets nominated. And she said I'm crazy. I said it just doesn't have that kind of buzz. And I said it's the same conversation Roka and I were having about Dwayne Johnson and Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
It's that those movies, like, I also don't know how anybody thinks now because of streaming and everything else too. How you're going to really get people in the theater. That's why I said the thing about One Battle After Another. That movie made a lot of money. For what it's still going to lose money because it costs like $170 million to make or whatever it was.
Right.
But it did the job.
Yes.
It did its job. Now, if that movie would have made like 15 million, then that's a big, huge failure. Right. But for the amount of money that movie is, that it made the money that a 3-hour movie like that, today's climate is able to make. That is a success.
Yeah. Well, and you look at Scott Cooper, maybe he wasn't the right choice for film. I think he was the right choice
for this movie.
For this movie, he was the right choice. But to make a box office success out of this movie, he wasn't necessarily the right choice. Because look, I mean, I'm looking at his numbers now. Crazy Heart made 47 million, but that's off of, Jeff Bridges.
Right.
Out of the Furnace made 15 million, and you had Christian Bale in that.
Right.
Black Mass 99 million worldwide. You have Johnny Depp at the time.
Right. And that movie was okay.
Riding high. Yeah. Hostiles was damn good. Christian Bale again, 36 million. Antlers, 35 million.
Which one was Antlers? Which one was Antlers?
That was the horror film from 2 or 3 years ago with the kid and the drawings. And God, I can't remember who was the mom. I think Vera Farmiga was the mom. But it was like it came and went. It did not stick around really long. Yeah. So he's not a box office king in terms of getting people to come see his movies. They're much more contemplative, darker films, which I like. I like Cooper, but maybe a different director would have found spots to like make it more of a rousing film in the end, and that wasn't there.
Well, there you go. And I think that the other ones that are popping up, I mean, we talk about, like, so Shelby Oaks just came out, Stuckman's movie. I mean, if you look, and I was Obviously, I've used what's that?
I'm seeing that today after we're doing the show. Yeah.
So obviously, I've used him as a major inspiration. I even texted him as much to tell him that of what he was able to accomplish. You know, he got it done. He got it done. And so he was his day one goal, or when he set that goal, was 250,000, and they surpassed that in a day. And then ultimately, I think it was like 2.2 or whatever. I think it probably hits you into the close with marketing, probably in the 3.2 million range, I would assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, it stands at 2.3.
Right.
So where do you stand on, is this a winner or a loss?
I think the reviews have been middling.
Yeah.
So I think this is not, it's Stuckman's directorial debut. And I think those of us in the bubble of this YouTube space, you know, which, you know, you've been part of much longer than me. It's like, we think, oh, it's Stuckman, you know, and it's like, well, are people going to go see this kind of movie? Do they trust Stuckman enough to go see a film of his? And clearly the numbers weren't that strong for a film like this, because there's a lot of debut horrors that come out and like shock the world and whatever. But this one was much more of an indie, smaller, grassroots type of approach. So I think for what they did, it's fine, but it's not like the rousing success you'd want it to be to really kind of announce Chris. And I see some people, you know, saying, you know, franchises should be looking at Chris if they want to do installments of horror films or whatever. And maybe this is something that will open more doors for Chris in the long run. But the thing that matters is that he did it. And not a lot of now the YouTuber critics make that jump.
That's it. That's there are there are wins and losses here, right? I do think overall, let's start with the negative side of it. I do think that at 2.2, 2.3, he's probably disappointed with that. The studio's probably disappointed with that. It's not like a major like, oh my God, we put so much into this loss. It's a good story to tell that this guy put out this Kickstarter. He got support for it. He got a guy like Flanagan to come in and get involved in it. And as you said, he got it done. That's the story. That's the win. Right. And even if saw some people who saw it who said that they just thought it was just okay. Just okay is a good win for him to start in the beginning. It's horrible, terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. That then it's like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna get another shot. He's gonna get another shot.
Right.
He's gonna get another shot.
I think so.
Because he handled himself well in the press thing. And the other thing is that most press for this movie was led with him.
Yes,
right. They let it with him because they were relying on that same thing that built that Kickstarter and his audience to come. And as you said, look, he's got a very big audience here.
Yes,
but overall, 2.2 million or whatever it might be, and you can't. Let's say 1 million of those people are going to show up. Let's say 1 million. Right. That's still not enough.
Yeah.
It's still not enough overall. You wouldn't have made, you know. I guess it would have been. They didn't show. I mean, I guess it would have been like close to like 5-6 million. But you know, whatever it might have been money wise. But that didn't happen. You know, it didn't. They didn't show up, and maybe 200,000 people at his audience showed up.
Right.
He is going to get more opportunities though, and especially if he worked well with them. But that's
Kristian, go ahead. Sorry.
No, please finish.
At least, you know, and if nothing else, if he's made a good contact with Mike Flanagan and they've got a good relationship, then don't be surprised to see Chris directing episodes of whatever series Mike might be working on, and then they ramp up to a new thing, you know. And the thing is, it wasn't a bomb. Like a bomb would have been if, like, you know, $150,000. That's all they made opening. That's a bomb. Like, this is I made our budget back in the first weekend, and now
our shooting budget.
Our shooting budget.
Right.
And now let's see if this got any legs and see what it can do. But I think what's killing it is that it's at 59% on Rotten Tomatoes. So there's enough critics that are looking at it, who are legitimate critics too, who are looking at it and giving it like a B- or a C kind of score.
And he knew it. I'm sure he knew it going into it. That's the game, brother. You know, that's it. It's like, so you got to be proud of what you did, and then you got to realize, look, I've been on the other side of it for so many years. Now it's my turn. And okay, maybe not everybody responded as they wanted to, but and as you said, I think you hit it right on the head, and that is the guy got it done.
Yeah,
he got it done. And like I said, and I told him, I said, and I wrote him because I didn't write anything about the box office in general, but I just said, you know, I want to let you know that I'm putting together this pilot, I'm putting this thing together, and you have been a major inspiration for that, because you got it done. And that is really the most important thing, because for every single person who's going to give him shit or anything else, whatever they might say to him in general, he got it done.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's a win. And I do think he'll get more opportunities. So,
of course.
Yeah. What do you guys make of the box office in general? What do you say? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, we got a few more topics to discuss.
Okay.
And before we do that, I would love to tell you guys, we've got I've told you about Cash App before. And I really, really think that it's so important to have them. If you don't have Cash App, I'm telling you, it's secure, it is safe, and I really dig them a lot. So I'm going to tell you about Cash App in just a minute. You know what? We'll I guess maybe we'll take a second here, John. You know why?
Why?
You want me to be honest with you?
Please.
Because it didn't load the ad.
I mean, you had a busy weekend. You had a busy weekend.
I know, but I'm just kidding. Of course, I loaded the ad. Look, people can be scumbags. We know that. People are trying to rip people off for money all the time. There's scams happening all the time. Hell, there are YouTube channels dedicated to catching these scamming bastards. But your security, it's got to be a priority. And Cash App, it treats it that way. With Security Lock, Cash App requires a successful Face ID or a biometric authentication to access your account. It's like your money is being protected by your own personal bodyguard. Even if your phone, if it's lost, if it's stolen, they got you covered. Plus, if you're about to send money to someone new and Cash App notices that something's like off, you're falling for a scam, it's going to send you a warning before the money is sent to confirm that everything looks right. Turn on Security Lock in your Cash App settings today. Pay attention to scam warnings to keep your money safe. Learn more at cash.app/security. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use the code SECURE10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend with 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit card is issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcasts for full disclosures. All right. Hey, where'd you go? What's happening? I wanted to thank you, all of you, for continuing to support this show. And someone the other day told me they signed up with Cash App just because I said how much I enjoyed them. So I just told you again. Hopefully you sign up. Cash App, links in the description. All right. So John will be here in just a minute.
Yeah, what's going on here?
You're good. You're good. I don't even know anymore. Who cares? The situation. What do? You look like you're like the tech guy in a movie right now.
I know. I apologize. I'm trying to get my camera to come up.
Great.
Sorry about
Just
that.
like that.
Keep going.
Okay, good. All right. Let's get into this next story because it was interesting. Lucas sent me some stories this morning, and there were quite a lot of stories. Nothing that really, to me, caught anything I wanted to lead the show with. And to be honest, I didn't know we really wanted to lead this one, but I was like, it could be an interesting conversation of kind of like the what ifs of what was going to happen with Plagueis. You guys know, and I'll be honest, like for the majority of, I did not like the Acolyte, the TV show, but there was that moment of seeing Plagueis. I was like, oh, okay, what are we doing here? And then in fact, he was just kind of a creepy weirdo in the back in a cave, and they didn't really give him anything to do. It was just kind of like as they say in wrestling, a cheap pop.
Yeah.
But there were plans for him, clearly, and here is said plans. The Acolyte showrunner reveals the scrap plans for Darth Plagueis and Manny Jacinto's Sith Stranger. Okay, so let's see. This is from comicbookmovie.com. In a new art book for canceled Disney Plus series The Acolyte, showrunner Leslie Headland reveals the plan would have been for Manny Jacinto's Qimir had the show continue. What was his name where'd John go? John's gone. Perfect. Amazing. All right, he'll be back in a second. Last August, we got word that Lucasfilm Disney had decided not to move forward with a second season of Acolyte, despite several major storylines and character arcs being left unsolved by the end of season 1. The announcement was met with a mixture of indifference and disappointment, but it soon became clear that a lot of Star Wars fans and some actors involved with the show were surprised by this development. The season concluded with Osha, I forget the names of these characters, murdering Jedi Master Soul and embracing the dark side by joining with Qimir the Stranger as Darth Plagueis, as revealed in the mysterious Sith master behind Qimir's decision to bring down the Jedi Order. Now, there's a new book, The Art of the Acolyte, reveals what fate would have led ahead for Qimir and his master had the story continued beyond a single season. According to Leslie Headland, Qimir would have become the first Knight of Ren, the Sith cult that Kylo Ren led in the sequel trilogy. It was in the design of the character, as well as knowing we're going to introduce Darth Plagueis, who has to end up with Palpatine as his apprentice, following the rule of two, a precept that limited the Sith to just two at any given time, a master and apprentice. One way to keep it going if the stranger is the first Knight of Ren, part of a Sith-adjacent cult we know eventually survives. This was actually one of the many fan theories that did the rounds during the series and would certainly have been an interesting way to connect the High Republic era to the sequel trilogy, while also giving fans some more backstory on the Knights of Ren, who we learned so little about in The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. And the Acolyte investigating this. Okay. All right. John back yet? Yep, he's back. Okay. So you hear this, and as far as, well, where was the thing about Plagueis? I didn't see any more Plagueis. Is it Plagueis on the bottom? Where was that was, I guess that was it, just the fact that he showed up. Okay. So I'll be honest. It's like I didn't really love those plans.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing, bro.
Like, the Knights of Ren were supposed to be designed, at least this again shows you once again they don't pay attention to any of the books. The books make no the books will be canon until they're not. Yeah, in the books, the Knights of Ren started to form after Vader died because they were putting together this cult of trying to bring back the Sith and this whole thing. And that's how the Knights of Ren started. They didn't start back then because that would make no sense. They're around the same time. You've got Plagueis training Palpatine in the the shadows, and then there's this renegade group that is pretty powerful. That'd be pretty stupid, to be honest with you. So I'm glad that didn't happen. I still think they can use Plagueis. I think that they'll be scared to do it. And I'll say it, I've been saying it for 10 years, and I'll say it again. Yeah. If they realize that they actually have books that they could use, they could say, let's get a screenwriter to adapt the James Luceno book. And it's harder to run a full 2-hour movie with the main focus being villains. It's just hard to do. Yeah. You don't really see it much in movies, but in TV, very easy to do. Or not, I shouldn't say easy to do, but more commonly done, right? And if you did a mini series, one season of the Plagueis novel by James Luceno, you could easily bring back the best version of Plagueis and really tie it all in together. So I'm glad that this didn't happen. I think that comic book movie was exaggerating a little bit when they said there's a major outcry for people who want. There was some people who liked the series, but I think most people don't even know this. The casual don't even know this show even existed. Yeah.
And these plans feel like more down the road of what they. And now, am I gone again?
Oh. No, you're here. You're here. Okay. Oh wait, but why is it on me?
No, I was just wondering. But no, it just feels like these are interesting ideas, right? But nothing that's necessarily that groundbreaking. And so you go, okay, well, the first Knights of Ren, but again, that would just feel like retconning. Look, we messed this up in the sequel trilogy. Now we're going to give it a little more weight. And Star Wars does have a history of doing this. Certainly, I think the people reappraise Anakin because of the Clone Wars, which is understandable. But like you look at something like this and you go, like, it was already kind of a middling start. Could this have been badass? Sure. But you look at how the first season went down and how many cooks got in that kitchen. And I think they would have squeezed it to death all over again if they had gone forward with this, because I think Leslie has the instinct wanted to go dark with this. He wanted to go maybe and/or like dark in its approach, but Filoni, other people got involved. And I know that from sources that turned this thing around into what we got. And so there's no belief that if Leslie had been able to do a second season, it would have turned out any different or any better. I don't think, because those same people are still in power and would have gotten involved with it and would have shaved down the darkness of it all. So would you want to have seen a second season where you see a Lifetime channel approach to the darkness of the Sith with the Acolyte, with Plagueis and with the Stranger? I would not have wanted to see a second season with that kind of approach to the darkness of the Sith. So.
It's the first responsible thing Lucasfilm has done with this brand
to cancel this season.
Yes, because when you keep getting the inflated $240 million through 30 million, you can't greenlight a second, especially when it's like if the audience loves it, you're like, well, we spent a lot of money on it, but they love it. Yeah, and everyone's talking about it. If they came back and they go, you know what, it was a lot of money, but we're doing Andor season 3. We didn't think we were going to do it, but we're doing Andor season 3. We're like, we get it. We understand why you're doing it. This would make no sense except to be stubborn. Yeah, it wouldn't. You've got like a pocket of people who love it. There are people who love this show, but it's a pocket. You can't run a business that way. You've got to say, all right, let's back to the drawing board. Let's do something else. And I think that, if you did, once again, I'm sorry that I'm repeating the same thing, but if you did that novel and you adapted it in a way like a style of a Tony Gilroy type show, you'd get, from the way that James Luceno wrote that book, I am very confident that you would get the same kind of response that you did with Andor. If you shot it that way and you really made hour-long episodes, again, these are 25, 30-minute episodes of characters you just didn't care about. Most of them were morons. And you and I said it, we're blue in the face. They also made a very huge error in not having Daphne Keane be the star of that show. Yeah, she should have been the star of the show from start to finish. The twin storyline was the stupidest thing they could have ever done. It should have just been Daphne Keane the whole time with Saul and the back and forth there, and keep Manny in there and condense it a bit. But they dropped the ball in this show, big time.
And I see some people, and it's fair to look at Leslie Headland's writing, but I would encourage you to look at Russian Doll. The writing there is fantastic on that series, the 2 seasons, and so. Clearly other people got involved, and you're not inspired to write really well if you have to redo some scenes because people get involved that don't follow along with the vision.
Look at Indiana Jones. Look at the last Indiana Jones. Look at Logan. Look at Ford versus Ferrari, and then look at the last Indiana Jones. Clearly, there's something going on.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's so frustrating. Just let creators create. Just let creators create, man. It's
or hire somebody else, and they did, like they did with what's his face, Gareth Edwards, right
for Rogue One,
He's the only one that really played ball this way through because it's so funny. The point that I always make is that if anybody ever says that Gareth Edwards was the sole director of Rogue One, like, well, why didn't he direct Andor?
Yeah, and I will show you the creator, which to me wasn't
right. Why was he nowhere near it? With if they decided to do a Rogue One spinoff with Andor, why did they go to Tony Gilroy and not even approach Edwards?
Yeah, why wouldn't they have Edwards direct 1 or 2 of the episodes? Nothing. Especially he's like those. Yeah,
he goes, I'm good. He's like, he did the smartest thing ever. He stepped back, is do what you want to do. It's yours. Whatever. Fine, whatever you want me to do. I'll do a cameo in Last Jedi also for you. Why not? And then takes a break, and now he directed another big, huge movie with Jurassic World. Just played ball. He's a play ball guy. That's his career. He's a play ball guy. Yeah. So anyway, all right, that's it. Right. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that maybe they should have gone ahead with season 2? Do you disagree with myself and John? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know what you think. Make sure you're going to the Clips channel too. By the way, we're at 14,000 subscribers over there now. Nice. Pretty excited about that. We think we can we get to 20. That'd be amazing. Just post the clips there every day for this show, and we're digging it. We got Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Big deal here, John, for Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
I'm sure I knew you'd want to. Yeah. Megadeal at Universal. Hey, big deal at Universal. They stole him, Johnny. They stole him.
Did they though?
I know. He has been Paramount's golden boy for years, but it seems that Taylor Sheridan is moving to a new home in the near future. Puck News and Variety reports that Yellowstone creator is poised to make NBC Universal his TV and film production home with a lucrative long-term deal. The deal's signed up super early. It won't kick off for another 3 years. At that time, he'll have spent a decade with Paramount. Sheridan is one of TV's most prolific creators the past decade, churning out a huge lineup of series of Paramount Plus and Paramount Network, including Yellowstone, 1883, 1923, upcoming Y Marshals, along with Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown, Lioness, Landman, Lawman, Bass Reeves. It was known that Sheridan has been considering a new overall deal arrangement, and Paramount, which has undergone a major overhaul since Skydance took over in August, has seen many of the core executives allied with Sheridan's rise at the company having exited. No official comment has come forward from either the studio or Sheridan. Okay, so what I'm confused about here, maybe, and you probably have more of a hold on this than I do. If Paramount has right now all of this money, why do you let this guy go? Is it because of what they just said? All the people who were in charge before there that he was comfortable with, they're gone. Like, how do you let him go if you're Paramount and you want to set up this whole new empire, and one of your biggest TV guys is right there, and all you got to do is sign him? Why do you let him?
I think there are a lot of reasons for this, and anyone trying to go with just one reason, I think, is way off base. This guy is an incredibly interesting creator. I think he gets unfairly painted as a red state guy because I've seen a lot of his content, and he's very much down the middle. Something you and I talk about all the time. We need more people who are in the middle, who can call out both sides and have a strong opinion about taking from both sides, what's best from both sides. And if you look at his content, you look at Lioness, led by two women, diverse cast. You look at something like what did I recently just see? Oh, Landman. Look at Landman, which is a commentary on wealth and on the corruption of oil barons and how they step on the little guy and little people. You got interracial relationships in that. So I think what the thing is, Taylor does a great job with his content. Yellowstone's probably the weakest, which is ironic, weakest of the stuff that he makes, because the other stuff is really thought-provoking and interesting and fascinating. And he wants to be left alone. And that's another element of this. So yes, the people who were there were really in support of him. But the fact that the new people came in and they, the Ellison and all of them were like, Sheridan's our number one guy. We've got to make sure, they said all that stuff. But then the executives came in under Ellison and were like, we're going to cut the budgets. We're going to make him, adhere to the stuff. So there's a lot of things here. And I think personally, Taylor did not want to be under the thumb of people with a certain political ideology going in and messing with his content. And Universal.
But look at this. But look at the South Park guys. They're not having that problem.
Not yet. And look, Jon Stewart's wondering where he's at. So right now we're still in the early days of what's going to happen. So I think Taylor, who's a smart guy, read the tea leaves, saw that people were leaving, who defended him to the bigwigs. His budgets were being cut. They were going to force him to do stuff on sets or closer to home, which would ruin some of the authenticity. And I think the other element is that he didn't want to be under the thumb of people who have a particular political ideology and we're going to force his content to adhere to that ideology. I think all of that is in the mix here for the reasons of why he left the situation. Yeah.
Well, it's a big win for Peacock for sure.
Oh, 100%.
The question I have is, how does that work now? Because Paramount footed the bill for all those things for so long. Does Peacock get the library, or does does the library live there? Because it's apparent, like, I would assume no, because if I'm Paramount, I'm like, no, we spent the money to do all those seasons of Tulsa King. You want to find Tulsa King? You gotta watch it. You can do new seasons of Tulsa King over on your thing, but you got to find all the old ones at our place. So
does this mean because this is what, in 2027 or 2028 when the deal is up, or 2026 rather, when the deal is up. So does he now have to start all over again, and there are no more seasons of these shows, or do other creators come in to keep going with Landman or keep going with Lioness or these other?
Great question. Do they go with him?
Yeah.
Or does it stay with Paramount? That's a great question. That's not really the details that they said of the deal are not really in there.
Right.
So because that's huge. It's like, okay, yeah, Yellowstone, all those things, they're ours. They're ours, but I don't think that's the case. I think that especially after you got to the status that he's at, I am sure that in his deal, his agents were good enough to say, if he goes, the show goes with him. I would assume it would be a standard deal for them to go, if we're sitting there going, okay, fine. Yeah, he's going to take Yellowstone. You're going to take the new editions of Tulsa King. You're going to do it somewhere else. Okay, fine. Everything else lives on our thing. You want to find 1, 2, and 3, you got to find it with us. But I don't know. Maybe we find out more, or maybe it goes with them. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure.
But I think this is a big loss. I think this is egg on their face for Paramount because they've been throwing money around left and right.
Yeah.
And losing a massive creator
this is big. This is a big loss for them. Yeah.
The Duffer Brothers do not fill the void of Taylor Sheridan, you know? So.
No, they need this is another reason why they really need that win with getting Warner Brothers, because no one will talk about this. If they get Warner Brothers, no one's going to care that they missed out on Taylor Sheridan. But if they don't, then it's like, okay, you didn't get Warner Brothers, you lost Taylor Sheridan.
Right.
They got the UFC. That's a big win. That's a big win.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's I mean, UFC is still a niche thing, man, and it's very dependent on the stars.
I think that's gonna change though with the fact that I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna start watching it again because one of the main reasons I stopped watching, I'm not paying $70 for a pay-per-view. I'm not doing it. I just will not do that.
Yeah.
But I will absolutely watch the pay-per-views if I'm already subscribed. It's the same thing. I haven't watched a WWE PLE since they changed the stupid deal. Haven't watched one. I'm not updating my thing. I haven't watched it. Don't care. I'll watch the highlights on Twitter.
Right.
And that's what I used to do at UFC. Now it'll be the opposite. Now I'll watch everything on UFC that's out because I have access to it. And I'm not spending extra with all the other crap. And HBO Max changes their prices every month, and then all these different Disney changes every month. They keep hiking the prices. Yeah. I'm not going to do that with ESPN. I don't care enough about WWE to where it's like, oh, I need to spend this money and get the bundle. Stick it up your asshole. You should have left it exactly where you left it and did what you did. This was greedy. And I think this is Paramount going, okay, you take every pay-per-view, do it.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, because this is the same thing exactly with WWE, like you said. Like Netflix is a much bigger situation than Peacock. They came in, they took all the content, they put the PLEs on it, but the ratings are down. And so are people going to go to Paramount Plus for UFC, or are they not? So it's going to be interesting because I think both WWE and UFC are driven by star talent. If you don't have the star talent, the ratings go completely down no matter where you're at. So it'll be curious to see how UFC does, because I like their content. I like the Tough Enough. I love those shows.
Yeah, you know what I want to do, John?
We'll see. Yeah,
I want to get, because we used to have a few. I'm going to reach out to our advertising agency. I want to get one of those VPNs because in the UK, Netflix, you can get everything, all the PLEs and everything outside of the States.
Right. Yeah.
So you can get like one of those VPNs.
Get Express or NordVPN.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you guys make of this deal? Is it does it really matter to Paramount that they lost him, or is this a major loss? Put your thoughts in there. Let us know. All right, we're just talking about HBO Max or HBO, whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know what's called anymore. So last night, Welcome to Derry debuted. Did you watch it, John?
I did, yeah.
Okay. All right. So it debuted last night. I also not only did I watch it, there's a reaction to it up on the channel right now. Right. I'm not going to go into the full spoiler. I'm just going to show the picture there. He's not even in the damn thing. So there's your spoilers. Spoilers. He's not even in the episode. And that's okay. Did you like it?
I did. I liked it. Yeah, it's a good start. It's a good, solid start. I didn't know what to expect, especially when you go back in time. And the creator said, I'm not adhering to any kind of mythology. So I was like, all right, let's see what happens. But I liked it for a start. That's what I'll say.
There's a lot of repeating beats, things that because Muschietti directed this, and I thought he did a good job, and I thought he made it look exactly like it was part of It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. And I just rewatched It Chapter 1 with Ming. Ming had never seen it before, so that's going up Wednesday. So I wanted to see it really does fit together well. The opening scene is fantastic. I will say that I didn't love the ending.
Even though it mirrored. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't love the ending, again, without giving spoilers.
Right.
And I don't know if it's because I was, again, I don't want to spoil anything. I felt a particular way throughout it. And then they make a choice at the end. And I said, oh, well, maybe you didn't need to do that then, if you were going to do that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, let's see. But I haven't seen the rest of the episodes. So it could have been like, oh, well, they set it up well enough that doesn't make it wasn't enough that it ruined it for me. It just was I just didn't like the choice.
Yeah.
But I liked the episode. And I thought it was a good setup.
I thought the kids are good.
Yeah.
And Giovanni Depo, who I like, I thought he did a nice job with the amount of time he had. And there's enough mystery here that interests me, and I think there's commentary going on that interests me as well. So we'll see how strongly they address everything as they go along over the next few episodes. But I like it. They're not shying away from stuff, and I always appreciate the boldness of creators who do that.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was a little predictable. It's hard for me to say. I was wondering if it was a note that they got. I was wondering if it was like what it was like why, you know what I mean? Like why?
Yes.
Like why did that happen?
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see moving forward. But I'm very much interested to see how it plays out. And I can't wait to see Pennywise. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So creepy, and he does such a great job. So I'm glad to see him back in that role. He's just such a good actor.
Yeah. Oh no, of course. Yeah, especially this role.
Yeah.
Good God, it'd be a lot of fun.
So good.
People said this was coming out on Halloween, episode 2. Is that correct? I see that in the chat.
Is it coming out on Halloween?
That's perfect if it is.
Actually, good to know. Let's see. When does it Welcome to Derry Ep 2 drop? Let's see. Yes, Friday. This Friday at 12 a.m. It's good to know. That's good to know, because that means I should watch that sooner than later. Thank you guys for letting me know that. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys make of it? Welcome to Derry. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let us know, please. Okay. Let's get to, there's another story here that was talking about, and that's Supergirl, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, so Supergirl, I feel like you and I are going to feel exactly the same about this. Any time that there's reshoots, people, you get two waves of people who go, reshoots. What happens? It's part of it. Oh, there's reshoots. Call the cops. Let's see where we stand on this. Well, there's going to be reshoots, so no one's surprised on this end. Or possibly to add scenes with. There could be a spoiler here, but if you don't want to be spoiled, then drop out. I'm not. That's all I can tell you. According to a new rumor, DC Studios Supergirl is currently undergoing 2 weeks of additional photography, possibly to include scenes with a certain other superpowered hero. Supergirl wrapped photography back in May, but as generally the case of any major studio comic movie, reshoots were scheduled. According to Daniel Rickman, cameras are currently rolling again for what will amount to 2 weeks of additional photography, and believes that it might be scenes with Superman. This could explain why the Superman costume that was on display at the Warner Bros. Studio Tours exhibit was removed and replaced with a note reading Superman costume currently being used by production. There was speculation that it might have something to do with Man of Tomorrow, but James Gunn's next DCU movie is still in the early stages of development. According to a recent report from The Hollywood Reporter, Supergirl had a quiet screening on the Burbank lot with a selective group of executives and a few members of James Gunn's stable. Trade didn't reveal any details, but a couple of reliable scoopers have claimed to have heard great things about the movie and wouldn't be surprised if some first reactions begin to filter over the next couple of weeks. In a recent interview, writer Anna Nogueira spoke about what attracted her to this rougher and grittier, edgier, and funnier take on the character. She watched Krypton completely be destroyed, and I was like, I can't get my head around this version. I can't get my head around this version of the character that is so sunny. Millie Alcock's going to reprise the role. We know that. Yada, yada, yada. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is standard, right? There's nothing here. It's like, okay, there's the reshoots. Good. As part of it. As far as Superman goes, I will say that it's a little shocking to me that the reshoots are Superman. If it is one of these things like, oh shit, should we put Superman in it?
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, unless it's, well, there's too much going on with Corn Sweat right now. We can't get him during this production thing. Keep those 2 weeks available for when the reshoots happen, and when he's available, we'll get that scene. And if that's the case, and that's certainly possible, then fine. But if it's one of these things like, hey, do you think we should have Superman in there? How do you not have Superman in there?
Yeah.
What do you make of all?
Well, first of all, I mean, I agree with you. I think this is not a big deal. And 2 weeks of reshoots, I mean, that was scheduled. You clearly have a possibility in the contract. Listen, if we're going to screen it, then we'll do, if we need to, we'll do 2 weeks of reshoots, keep these dates open, right? No big deal. I think you're screening it for people. You want to create the best film possible. You screen it for executives and for people on Gunn's team, and you come out and go, okay, what can we change? What worked? What didn't work? And then you make adjustments. There's nothing wrong with that. Editing a film or getting getting it right is important here, because I think James understands, especially after that Peacemaker finale that was so divisive for season 2, for the people who actually watched it. I think there was a feeling like, okay, we've got to get the next one.
Hey, is that a shot at me?
No. I'm saying, no, because there are people like didn't like it, and so it's more a matter of like, okay, well, are we going to get it right? So I think they need to get it right. They need to get Supergirl right. So 2 weeks of reshoots to make sure you're honing it down or editing some things out, or maybe adding more context so people get what's going on in the film. I think that's an important thing to do. The thing is, one of the great things James did to start the Superman franchise or the DC franchise is like create the world that has superheroes already in it for 3 centuries or whatever. But the problem is also, since the world has had superhumans for 3 centuries, then you have to really address the fact that they're around and things are happening. Are they showing up, not showing up? What's going on? So you add a whole nother level of conflict and complexity to what you're doing, and you've got to adhere to that. So I think there's nothing wrong with it.
He's also set it up in the way that like it's like The Boys, but the superheroes are good. A lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's like a lot of them. So and to be fair, this clearly came first before The Boys, but it is but they're taking that aspect of it and going away and just embracing the comic book side of it, and we'll see how it all plays out, and we'll see how it plays out again, as we've talked many times over with the sale and all that stuff. If that sale even happens, and there's so much that can go forward, that can change. We'll see, but nonetheless,
what does your gut tell you on that? Like, what is your gut? I mean, Chris, you've been covering the industry now 2 decades plus. Like, what does your gut tell you about the situation? Do you think Paramount's going to get what they want? And B, do you think they will get rid of James Gunn if they make the purchase?
Well, I've definitely talked about the latter quite a bunch since you and I have talked about
it. And everything changes like day to day.
It does. It absolutely changes. That's why I made it I made it very clear that when we covered it again, because people gave us shit, you and I, for covering it off that article, and I was like, this is a major potential story.
Yes,
that could happen. And then we covered it again because his comments were kind of vague. You could have looked at his comments on that podcast.
Oh yeah, right.
Where it was it could have been, hey, look, maybe I'm not the one directing it, is what he was talking about. Maybe or maybe I won't be here, or maybe the sale won't happen, or maybe I won't. It could have been a billion different things, but it doesn't mean that it's still not relevant. And of course he's thinking about it. He has to be. So to answer your question, the first part of it, do I think that Paramount's going to get it? It really depends on how bad Ellison wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the Twitter situation with Musk. He wanted it, he got it.
Right.
And he wanted it badly. And so everyone was like, oh, is he gonna? I remember people going, I don't know if he's gonna get it. Is it because you couldn't fathom somebody could just say, I'm gonna buy this thing and change the whole thing? Well, he did. And he has that kind of money. He can do it, and he did it. And that's the same thing. If Ellison wants to do that, if he really wants to do it, if he could also say, not worth the struggle, not worth they're asking too much here. They know how bad I want it, and they're now just trying to like drain me for money here, and I don't want to do this, and he walks away from it. Possible. But if he really wants it, he'll get it. And as far as will they get rid of Gunn, so I don't think that right away, no, they would get rid of Gunn. I don't think. I think the pushback on that would be too monumental. Now, I do think there could be an officer and gentleman type situation where they just push him so hard in a certain direction that he just says, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out. Right.
Okay.
You could do that.
I thought you hang himself in the closet. But all right,
no. You went real dark. I was having more so like I got nowhere else to go. I meant more like that. But no, I think that the other thing, I think that would be silly to restart an entire thing again. Now, there could be a world, if they don't want to re-up his contract, that they just have what he set up. And have someone else continue it. Very much so what we were talking about with Taylor Sheridan. Right?
It's like DC doesn't have a track record of doing that. Yeah.
I think it would be a major mistake to reset again. I just think that would be a huge mistake.
I agree 100%. But it's also going to depend on what James wants to do, right?
True.
Because I mean, again, I know people get mad when I bring this up, but Ellison is very clearly of a personal political view. And James Gunn at the end of throughout Peacemaker season 2, you very clearly get James politics. And so you wonder if this is going to lead to a clash down the road if they need to get involved in the content that he's creating and the direction he wants to take his DC universe. So that stuff is something to just keep an eye on. I'm not saying it's the main thing, but it's just certainly something to keep an eye on there in the back to see if that will affect things when this all goes down. Because I agree with you. I think if Ellison wants it, he is just going to pay for it.
Yeah.
He's the richest man in the world right now. Him and Elog trade 1 and 2, but he is the richest man in the world right now. So if he wants to spend that money, he could do it. And the board will be happy to vote for it if he increases their share price to a number they can't refuse it, you know?
Yeah. I'm curious to see how it pans out. I don't know if we have any answer to that. And I also don't know if 3i Atlas will be here in time to take us all out anyway. Have you been paying attention to what's going on with that?
No, I don't know what is the new thing now. What's the
this ain't the new thing.
I can only go so far with you.
You don't know what 3i Atlas is?
No, I can't go to international.
Well, that has nothing to do with me. That's NASA, but that's NASA, buddy.
What's 3i Atlas?
3i Atlas is the thing that has been moving in space for the last couple months that they've been tracking, moving at a absolutely incredible speed that is now hidden behind the sun that they do not believe is there's a Harvard scientist who does not believe that it is a comet and thinks that there's a 40% chance, this is a Harvard scientist, that it is potentially extraterrestrial. 40% is what he said. I didn't say it. He said
I know.
And apparently by the end of, look at anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, just 3i/Atlas.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now. It's space.com. Yeah.
It's everywhere. And that is now Ed Harrell sent me something today that I haven't read it yet, but there are constants, there are tons of scientists looking at it. Nobody knows what it is. It's moving at a very, very different way, that it's not a traditional comet. Now, very well, and I've been saying this on my other channel, it very well could just be, it was just a different type of comet. There it goes right past the planet, doesn't do anything. But who knows? I don't know. We'll see.
Do they have a idea of when it might hit, if it is going to hit?
So they said that not necessarily going to hit, but be in range for us. It's going to pass around. It's going to be more visible, because it's hiding behind. They said it's hiding behind the sun right now. Okay. So once it should be more in the clear by Halloween, and then better look at in like mid-November. But they said by the end of the year it should be closer to Earth, is what they said.
Wow. So we got one more Christmas left at least.
That's what they said. Well, this was the Harvard scientist said, well, you should take all your vacation now, is what he said.
James,
what he said.
Start shooting man tomorrow.
I know, said it 100%. Anyway, what do you make of all of it? Not necessarily 3i Atlas, but hey, if you want to put your thoughts in there about that too, go ahead, have a blast. Let's get into, we got some questions we're going to get into, and we're going to do just that. I'll say, John, what kind of wallet do you have?
I have a leather wallet.
Oh, you got to get rid of those big wallets. The Ridge wallets, and you can get them based off your favorite football team and everything. Ridge wallets are no joke. I'll tell you about them. Here you go. Oh, I love talking to you guys about Ridge wallets. I mean, I've talked to you about Ridge wallets before, and if you haven't heard it, well, I'm going to tell you again, because they're awesome. They're so good. I used to have that big clunky wallet. Now it's a lot easier. Everything just fits together. Who wants that big giant crusty leather brick falling apart? It stinks. What's great about these is that they're unique, they're slim, it's got a modern design that holds up to 12 cards plus cash. For me, I've got the New York Giants one. Yeah, tough season, but hey, got a good quarterback. And it just looks cool. There's over 50 plus colors and there's styles to choose from. Like I said, I got the Giants one. It's great. It's got over 100,000 5-star reviews. You know, the other thing is when you lose your wallet, it's like Panic City. But the good news, with the Ridge AirTag attachment, you'll always know exactly where it is before the panic mode kicks in. No matter what your pick is, Ridge has free shipping, 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty on all of their products. So for a limited time only, our listeners will get 10% off a Ridge. You got to use that code Kristian at checkout. You got to head on over to ridge.com, use the code Kristian, and you're all set. Now, after you're going to get one, and you will get one, they're going to ask you, hey, where'd you hear about us? You say, Kristian Harloff told us about it. Support the show. Tell them that we sent you. All right. So Ridge Wallet it's worth it. It's so convenient, especially when I'm in the city and stuff too. It's so convenient. I love it.
Looks interesting.
All right, John Roca. Before
Yes.
we get to your question, we get currently at 29.
What?
That's good. 29 is good. Usually, you should start around like 29, 30 before we get into it. And then sometimes you get to 100. Last week, Steph had a career performance. She crushed it. Somehow, Derek Johnson returned.
She pulled a Justin Fields. She had a one game.
It was great. So, John, what's going on the channel?
The John Roca channel? We got a new channel banner. That was thanks to Dylan Moore, who did that beautiful picture of us, that cartoon animation that he did of us a few weeks ago. I asked him to do a channel banner, and now it is up on the channel. That's happening, and I'll be probably going live tonight to do a little episode of The Truth. If Jeff wants to do an episode of the Hot Mic, we might go live with that instead. But that's the plans for today, and we've got more Geek Buddies stuff coming on this week. I got to talk to the Jedi people. It's been a few weeks. And then, of course, Spill the Tequila tomorrow night and some other reviews and stuff like that going on the channel. So head on over and hang out with us there. YouTube.com/John Roca says.
Fairly slow this week on screenings, right?
Yeah, not much. Begonia.
Not much.
They're asking me to shave my head tomorrow night, and I'm considering it. Yeah, like as a way of doing a promotion for Begonia.
Are they paying you for it?
They have a barber that is there. And they will slice your hair off, take your hair off.
But are they going to pay you to cut your hair?
Oh, no. It's just for fun. It's for promotion.
Yeah, I'm good. But I'll tell you that there's a lot of stuff. November is going to be busy.
Oh, yeah.
So much stuff in November. Holy crap. All right. Well, good. Check out John. Let's get into these questions. 30 now as we start here. So let's see what you can do. Can you get John in the driver's seat right away to take out Roxy and Mike? It's always he beat him last week. You know, you at least beat those two. Can he do it again this week? We'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's get into it. All right. Sweet. First question here as we go to 1 out of the 30. Al Rensha, do you think that Damson Idris showing up, walking out with Angela Bassett at Vogue Fashion Show, is Marvel saying he is next Black Panther? I would love it. I don't think it's Marvel saying that. I think it would also be good for him to get an endorsement from Angela Bassett, who also is probably like, but I don't necessarily think it means that it's Marvel saying that, but you never know. Maybe because remember, I don't think Angela Bassett is going to be in the third movie.
I was going to say, spoiler alert, she didn't make it out of the second movie. So it's probably just hanging out.
But having an endorsement from her who was very, very close to Chadwick and would be, you know, she could probably make a phone call for you if you needed her to.
Oh, good call. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know. Mike Joyce, out. You know, there was some creepy shit going on for sure. That opening scene was creepy as hell.
I loved it, and they teased it in the trailer, and it still worked.
I didn't watch the trailer, so I'm glad I didn't. Johnny Venerable, I wonder if James Gunn regrets the niche approach with DC ahead of Sale. Peacemaker isn't tracking well. Gunn screwed up on not establishing a DCU Batman. I don't think you can say he screwed up not establishing a DCU Batman because it's not, he still has to do it.
Yeah,
he still. I had this dude real quick timeout. I'm glad I remember this. Been having this whole debate with my wife because she, as we're watching Splitsville, every time I'd be like, oh, I can't see that guy with Adria Arjona, and my wife is like, why do you keep doing that? I go, what? I go, what? She goes, you say her full name and you say Arjona. She goes, why? I go, well, I go, because I do it on the show all the time. She's like, and I go, because she could be the next Wonder Woman. She goes, wait a minute, she's not gonna be the next Wonder Woman. I go, yes, she is. She's like, I don't see it. And I go, and I was like, this is the first time you really even seen her. I was like, you don't think Adrian Arjona would be good as Wonder Woman? And she goes, you better stop it. You better stop it. And then halfway through it, I go, oh, do you know Jason Momoa is dating now? I go, Adrian Arjona. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So I do think Adrian Arjona will be the next. It was fun. All right. So anyway, do you think he is screwed up establishing not establishing a DCU Batman yet?
We're still starting out.
Right.
Like it's like he's not going to go all 5 movies in 1 year.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think. Look, I get it, and you're talking to John Roca, who's been pretty tough on the guy.
Yeah,
but even Roca say you can't. Come on, you can't give the guy shit for that. I am Two Fly Camp. House full of snores fits better. Wow, snooze fest. House full. What is that?
House
What
Full of Dynamite. Yeah, the one that's on.
Oh,
Netflix.
is it bad?
Yeah, there's people who are praising it in the critics community as a possible Oscar contender, but there are just as many people who are watching it who are like bashing it. I know Jeff doesn't like it. Adam Naiman over at The Ringer didn't like it. So
watch it.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm watching it today right after I see Shelby Oaks.
So, I think completely fine. So you're going to the theater to see Shelby Oaks?
Yeah. I'm going to watch the first hour of House of Dynamite when we're done, then roll to the theater and watch that, and then watch the last hour when I get back. Yeah.
I'm hoping to have my final call here today with the director and producer of the pilot. We're doing a call later on today, because we're trying to establish the tiers of the Kickstarter so we can announce them very soon. Spencer, have either of you seen the FX show The Americans, one of the best written shows ever on TV? I've heard nothing except great things about it.
Yeah.
But no, never watched it, but I heard nothing but great things.
The lady's always trying to push me to watch that show, so we may open the door very soon.
Yeah, people love it. I'm telling you, I've never heard a bad word about it except how great it was.
Yeah.
There he is, John. Derek Johnson. Give me 10 memberships here. Thank you, Derek.
Nice.
Huge. Actually, no, I lied. He gave 20. Look at that.
Wow.
10 more.
Good job.
Derek Johnson coming in hot.
Phew.
But Derek Johnson, not to show himself up, throws in a big super chat. Thank you,
Very
Derek.
kind of you, Derek.
Derek's the man. Good to have you back, buddy. I hope you're doing well. He said he was busy. He's been working a lot, John.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Assume so. Ronetta. Thank you, Derek. Miss you, bud.
Hey,
loves. Excuse me. Thank you, Ronetta. Roka. Happy belated turn-up day. Hope you and the Lady Outlaw were out there being legendary on your big day. Smooches and sunshine your way. How nice is that?
Yeah, it was very chill. We kept it in house for my actual birthday, and then we went out, as I said, on Saturday night. But we're old now, man. It's not about making the scene, dog. Nah. Like, putting on pants was an issue, for God's sake. So.
Well, my wife and I are our 15th wedding anniversary, which is crazy. Coming up right around the corner, and we both were just like, there's this restaurant near our house. We're gonna walk to the restaurant. We're gonna get a salad with some chicken and a pizza and a bottle of wine, and it sounds glorious.
We'll be in bed by 9.
Oh, perfect. 9,
8.
No, dinner reservations at 6. Michael DeAguilar, nothing to add to chat, but finally my hometown is getting 2 IMAX theaters. That's great. And a Screen X. It's been years since we had an IMAX in Perth. That's cool. About time. That makes it more. That's another thing. It makes it more exciting to go to the movies when you could go to see it in that type of fashion.
100%.
Like, the little shit theaters I don't know how they survive unless it's like super cheap.
Yeah.
Well, Gopal liked House of Dynamite. Says it was excellent. He recommends it.
There you go.
It's split.
Yeah, very much so.
Split. Yeah. Gopal says, no, nothing next to Splitsville, but the couple stills of Adria Arjona I've seen from that movie make me want to see it. She's incredibly attractive.
Of course. I think that's why your wife has an issue with how you're saying.
I think she said, do you have a crush on her? I go,
yeah,
exactly. I go, no, don't. But I can also, because she said it too. My wife, Sadie's like, she's a beautiful woman. It's like, yeah, she is. But she's also very talented. Very, very talented. And I think
and fuck
she,
Jesus Christ.
Right. She looks good. Dakota, I am a fan of Dakota Johnson. I think she looks really good in the movie.
I don't see people like it. Yeah. I'm not her or Margaret Qualley. I don't get it. But
I get all.
I don't get. But you like the tall, gangly white girls like
you gangly. You put. I see. I'm not going to get. See, I could go right back and start being. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Want to do it?
I'm not going to do it. Nathan Drake.
How dare you come from Florence in your mind? How dare you?
Hey, don't mind reader. Nathan Drake. House of Dynamite was bad.
There you go.
Easily Bigelow's worst. Back and forth here. Back and forth. Ralph. I walked out of Springsteen from sheer boredom. Oh man.
Wow.
I like White in the movie, but couldn't save it. When I saw that clown Mark Maron pop up, I was done.
What?
He's barely even in it. Barely even in it.
Mark Maron has like 4 lines in the whole movie.
He's barely even in it. He's barely even in it. I like Mark Maron, but he's barely even in the movie. You can't. If that's why you're watching, say him. I thought Jeremy Strong was incredible.
Oh man, yeah.
He could get nominated. It'll be very tough, but he could.
Near the end, where they sit and listen to that album, that is the scene of the movie and the conversation on the phone. Like all that whole scene is amazing.
Yeah. Ralph, who's your most consistent new director of the last 10 to 15? Villeneuve, Coogler, Eggers, Peel, Gunn, Gerwig. Giselle, I want to every single time, but it just doesn't hit. Gerwig, she's only had 2, right?
3. Yeah.
Lady Bird, Barbie, and what was the third?
The one before Lady Bird. I can't remember the name.
I don't know if I saw it. Gunn, no, Peele, consistent director.
My answer is
probably with Denis.
Yeah, Denis not even to me. It's just like you just stop right there.
Coogler's pretty damn good, though. I mean, I don't know. Has Coogler done a bad movie?
Not a bad movie, but certainly Black Panther 2 was a little underwhelming at times.
But I give him. How do you not give him a pass on that?
He still directed it.
But how do you not give him a pass? I find the opposite for that, because he had wrote and directed, and he had wrote this movie and was intending to direct it, a full script with an actor he was very close to, that he had his deal with, that was the star of the movie. And not only does the guy pass away, it's his friend. Right. So emotionally now he's asked, can you turn this around in about a year and a half, 2 years without him in it? And I agree. I don't love that movie. But considering what he did with that movie in that amount of time, it's a pretty amazing accomplishment in how he directed that movie. Because it's a fine movie. Right. It's fine. I just give it a pass for the circumstances, but I still think, I don't know. I think he's pretty consistent.
They don't give you trophies for getting to the Super Bowl.
No. But what I'm saying though is it's like some of these. No, I get what you're saying, but sometimes look at Springsteen, right? Springsteen is born to run. Wait, hold on. He was born to run. Then he has Nebraska, which is to his majority of his audience is a misstep, or is just like a step different from what he's done. And then because he chose to do that album in the way that he did it, and then he goes to the next, and that happens with Gunn or Egger, not Eggers yet. He's too, but a lot of these different directors, Coogler hasn't done that yet. He hasn't had that thing. Yeah,
but I reject your example because Nebraska is in the top 4 albums Springsteen's ever done. It's for me, in my opinion.
In your opinion, right? But to his fan base, it was not a very popular album.
Not popular because of the things he was in, but like people love that album.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. Yeah. But I mean, you can argue Villeneuve had to make Dune interesting. Like that's
I chose Villeneuve. He's my choice, but I just said Coogler's in the conversation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Coogler's in the conversation.
Ralph, I want Benicio few small beers del Toro for the Latino crime boss in Miami Vice with Jordan and Butler, not Pedro Pascal. Please, Lord, not him. People are just tired of Pedro right now, and that just comes with the territory, though, man. It's the same thing. It's like it happened with Jennifer Lawrence. It happens with what's his name? Who was a dude from Avatar? Oh my God.
Oh, Sam Worthington.
It happened with him. It happens. If you start to tell people look at it, this guy is everywhere. This person's everywhere. You know who is everywhere? Nobody cares because he doesn't do it in a starring role. Paul Walter Hauser.
That's true. PWA.
He's in every movie that you can possibly imagine. He is in it. Springsteen. He's in that. He's in Naked Gun. He's in Fantastic Four. He's in everything. And nobody says, "Oh my God, I'm so tired of Paul Walter Hauser," because he's the star. Right. He just pops into these roles. He's memorable. He walks away. Yeah. So there's just so much that you can take, and Pedro's pretty outspoken on stuff too.
Yes.
And so when you're there and plus overexposed, it's going to be, you take a break.
Yeah. I love the idea of Del Toro as the Latino crime.
Me too. Me too. I'm really looking forward to that movie. I wonder which one comes out now first, because he announced the Miami Vice. Krasinski is going to do Miami Vice on Apple, right?
Yeah.
And then he's also got the UFO movie. I wonder which one he's going to do.
Yeah, first. I think he's going to push the UFO movie because Spielberg's got his UFO movie. I think they don't want to compete. I don't think they want Armageddon Deep Impact. So
but it's not going to be the same time.
It might. I mean, it might. I don't know. Delays.
But Spielberg already started shooting that.
Yeah,
it's already done. It's wrapped.
I don't know where he's at on the UAP film.
If Spielberg's wrapped.
No, I mean,
Kaczynski. I don't know. I just know that Grush was consultant on it. That's all I know.
Right.
Renetta W. IMAX got me in my movie era again. Sinners and Back to the Future. Say less. Buckle up at Showtime. You're catching either one this weekend. Well, so I've seen Sinners now 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So probably not. And Back to the Future, I've seen so many different times. I know it's great. I would love to see it in IMAX. Renetta, it's very hard for me if I'm not going to screenings to go out to go to theaters. Plus, the fact I'll be completely honest with you, I don't like seeing movies with non-critics at this time. Why? They're just not. People aren't behaved.
Just like I said, I've been saying that for over a year now, man. I agree with you 100%.
I hate it. I won't do it. Because
always check.
Phones up.
Yep.
75 minutes of trailers, feet up on the seats, people bringing in. It's horrible. It's absolutely terrible. So I know that everybody has the luxury of going to the press screens and they have to do it. And I feel terrible for people, but like I won't. I'll either wait and watch it at home or I'll catch the press screening.
I always go during a weekday at like 11 or 12.
Very smart. That's what I used to do sometimes. I'd go right in the morning. Yeah. Trey Porter, I watched the new Allen Iverson documentary on Friday. I already knew his life story, but hearing it be told over again, raw and uncovered, was worth it. Okay, Trey, I'd asked Trey if he had seen it.
I need to see that then.
There we go. Yeah, I saw that they did a premiere for it. I think it was in New York, actually. There was a story of how Allen was hustling in the streets in high school, and his mom found out about it and told him he can stop and she'll handle it. So she ended up hustling in this place to protect him. Wow.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Wow. I grew up in Virginia. Iverson was a big deal in Virginia. Yeah. So
he was huge, man.
I went to see him play Connecticut at the Capitol Center for Georgetown. I remember skipping out of work. I was doing stuff at a bookstore at the time, and I skipped out on work to go see it. I claimed I was sick, and I went to go see the game, and it was amazing to see him live. So I want to see that doc for sure.
That'd be cool. Nathan Drake. I'm a casual Springsteen fan. I loved his film Broadway show on Netflix, which I highly recommend. I had never heard of the Nebraska album, though. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a small, hardcore fans, as John will tell you, know it. It's a deeper one for sure, but it was a very, very different album. It's what they covered in the movie.
Yeah,
a very different album from what he had just done that got him to superstardom.
Yep.
And then he was recording Born in the USA at the same time.
That's crazy to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was pretty nuts. So that's the thing, Nathan. So you've probably heard all the really popular ones, the Dancing in the Dark, Born in the USA, Glory Days, I'm on Fire, like all of that. And that was all he was doing. He was recording the same thing at the same time. And how the Nebraska album came to be, I thought it was a fascinating story. You know what I did say, John? I didn't cover this earlier. You know what it felt like? It felt like if they would have done like a 2-season docuseries on Springsteen, this could have been like 2 great episodes.
Yeah.
And like just playing into more, but really covering everything else too. But this would have been a great time. You would have gotten that leading up to and seeing more of it. But yeah, the standalone, I do think it was a mistake to cover this as the movie itself. Rago, you see House of Dynamite on Netflix? Ending was lame, I thought. We both haven't seen it yet, but we're gonna see it. We're both gonna see it. I'm definitely gonna see it for sure. Trey Porter, and RIP to Nick Mangold. I'm convinced that he gave the Jets that win yesterday. Maybe. Yeah, RIP indeed.
A miracle win.
Yep. Hey Rago, how do you think Running Man will do in theaters? Don't see much hype around it. I'm so curious. Because I don't think Glenn Powell is the movie star Hollywood wants him to be.
I think so too. I agree. I'm so glad you're saying this because I have to fight with Jeff all the time on the hot mic about this.
I think he's a star.
He's a star.
He's a star. I just don't think he's the movie star that they're trying to make him be.
Exactly. Is he put butts in seats star? I don't know if he's that necessarily. This film is going to let us know where he's at.
100%. He's got charisma.
Yeah.
He's a good. My wife can't stand him. I don't feel that way. I like him. I enjoy, but he's not. I don't get the kind of like, whoa, this is the guy. Like he's got that thing. This is the guy. I don't. I thought he was good in Twisters. I don't think he was the standout though. I think Daisy Edgar was the standout in that movie.
Totally.
And I think that, but he was good in it. And he's good in all these things. Though I thought it was an interesting choice that Edgar Wright put him as the lead, but he did it for a reason. And it's a very different movie than the 87. The 87, right after this show was over, at 2:30 EST, my reaction of the original of the 87 with Steph, she had never seen it before. That goes up on the channel.
Nice.
So I don't think it's going to do that well, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I like Edgar Wright and I like him. I think Glenn Powell, I like Glenn Powell. I just don't know if people are like, oh, Running Man's coming out. People, from what I heard in New York Comic Con, the stuff that they show, people are excited about it. They want to see it, but I don't know. How do you think it's going to do?
I think it's going to do fine. I don't think it's going to blow the doors off the box office.
Right.
I don't think he's a draw that people think he is. And I also don't think Edgar Wright is as big of a draw as people think he is anymore. And so this is going to let us know where both of them are at, I think, overall. with the box office, because they're releasing it, by the way, in Oscar season, which is the fall, and as a counter programming, and they want people to go and have some fun and enjoy the film.
Right.
Will enough people go see it? I don't know. It's going to be really curious to see. And remember, just as I said earlier, this is an 80s IP. And I know it's based on the Stephen King novel, but this is an 80s remake. And so it's like, will people be that curious to see this kind of film? Plus the commentary it's making about a dystopian society. A lot of people are living it already. So do you really want to go see it in a movie theater? It's asking a lot of questions of the audience. And I wonder what the reactions are going to be.
Yeah, because what comes, I'm trying to think the upcoming movies, same. Yeah. I'm sure what kind of,
I mean, Chet Towers is doing nothing on Hulu, like rating wise. Like,
right. Well, let's see if as far as comes out, well, Predator Badlands will be in its second week. And it's going, so here's what the Running Man is going up against.
Okay.
It's going up against Now You See Me, Now You Don't. This is now I don't necessarily know how much of a yearning there was for another one of those movies, but it is another movie in a proven franchise. Yes. Whereas this is a newer version of Running. Everyone, if you didn't know it's a Stephen King thing, you automatically think you're doing a remake of the Arnold movie, which it's not.
Right.
It's just it's a retelling of the Stephen King story. So don't expect to see Sub-Zero. Don't expect to see all the fun stuff. Hey, Christmas tree. Hey, light bulb. You're not gonna see any of that.
Only in reruns.
Oh, that's so good. Hey, Killian, I'll be back. I can snap your neck like a chicken. So good. Fuck you.
Maria Conchita is a full-on accent. I love Maria Conchita.
It's such a product of the 80s.
It's
glorious 80s. It's a glorious 80s movie. But it's going up against Now You See Me. So one of those movies will not deliver.
I mean, Now You See Me, the first film movie made $350 million. The second movie made $340 million.
Did it?
So you're looking at a juggernaut.
That's what I'm saying. And that is the same audience.
Yes. Yes.
That is the same audience.
Agreed.
That's like, if you're going to go to the movies that weekend, what do you want to see? Oh, the new Now You See Me. You can see people saying that if they were a fan of the originals. Oh, the new Running Man. Is that the Arnold thing? Oh no, Glenn Powell. That's what they're banking it on. Glenn Powell.
Right. 100%.
So that's why I agree with you that this is going to prove. You and I could be here the week after that movie comes out, whatever, November 21st, when we're sitting here, and we could say, boy, were we wrong. Yes, this guy 100%. Just delivered, and because I'll back up what I just said. That movie was all Glenn Powell. Yes, Edgar Wright, his style, and he made it what it was, but they really marketed it off of that dude, and it delivered. Yeah. So, yeah.
100%.
Okay. GoPal, NordVPN sponsor here. I thought you should go. You probably definitely did. I don't have them currently, but I'd like to get them back, and I will definitely re-sign up with them. To get that damn Netflix for the PLEs, because this ESPN deal can sniff my nutsack and talk about it on Thursday.
Hello.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Sunday. Isabel, London calling. My dad Carlton is on holiday in France, but he sends both love and support. Thank you, Isabel. As always, he'll catch the show later this week. We love him. Tell him we'll be waiting here for him.
He's always traveling. Isabel, when does your dad come home? Like, he's always traveling.
Always traveling. It's true.
You must enjoy that little freedom in the house.
Maybe not. You want to see your pops like Willie Loman over there.
Yeah.
Simon Section, Mr. Roca. Such a nobody. Only me and you got that reference. He knocked off.
Oh my God! My whole
Willie Loman took you out. Wow, that's got to be a short. Look at what a disaster. Mandalorian and Grogu out for the count. That's it.
Amazing.
Oh, that was the best ever. Willie Loman.
People got that reference.
Oh, that was really good.
Well, there's my setup, folks.
That was the best thing I've ever seen on this show. Simon Section, Mr. Roca, as a former 8-year veteran of Army intelligence, what was your opinion on the Air Force pilot? Was he too soft? What's that? Was that? From Welcome to Derry?
Oh yeah.
Cage ending, I get it. Shock value. Yeah, a little bit of that, and it's again, I can't really dive deep without spoiling it. It's just like, yeah, there was certain. What is it? The thing is that in bad shape? That thing?
Yeah. Broke completely.
All right. Well, don't worry about it right now. You're still on the air. Come on, suck it up. All right. Shock value, Sue Storm burst scene. I didn't want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
No, thank you. Holy shit, that was it was worth the bet. It was worth the bet. Worth the bet. Okay, so 55. Now, come on. And John's got to get a new poster, so we need 100.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Gotta get a whole new background.
A whole new background. Mike Joyce. Emma Stone really shaved her head for Begonia, and she looks stunning. Whatever you shave your head, I bet you can pull it off. I got my there's literally video of me getting my, and I think Knapsack might be the host of it, but like I lost a bet in 2007 when the Red Sox won the World Series, and I had my head shaved on stage. You can see it. It's on there.
Oh, wow.
And Ellis is on there with some young weight, we'll say. Go Pal. We're taking a look at the Hank Green vids on 3i Atlas. I should double check. Yeah. Alex. So this is my favorite. Kristian, I'm very sorry, but 3i Atlas, what are you apologizing to me for? I didn't put it out there. I think it probably is. But what are you apologizing to me for?
Now we have amateur astronomers coming in.
No, he just said, but he's telling me. He's like, sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Paul Hitchcock. Say Paramount buys Warner Brothers and Gunn is no longer head of DC Studios. What odds do you give to Disney grabbing Gunn to head Marvel Studios so Feige can leave?
Fuck, zero.
Yeah, no.
If you think Disney wants James Gunn's ego around their Marvel, you're insane. You're fucking.
Yeah, no. I think this is an experiment. I don't think he'd want to do it anymore, though. I think this is an experiment for him. He wants to.
I agree.
I think he does this. He directs movies, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, he as you say, grab your bag and then just direct your movies and write what you want to write. He'll be able to get movies made.
Yeah.
Mad Sinister McCall. I saw 4 movies. Chainsaw Man. That one I did not see. Roof Man, which I loved Roof Man. Did you see it yet?
I've seen it yet. No. It'll be on the app soon.
Sure. Good Fortune and Creature of the Black Lagoon. That's pretty great. Which one's Good Fortune?
The Keanu Reeves Aziz.
Right. Yeah, I don't hear good things.
No, and this one I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Currently holding in my farts at work from all the popcorn. I don't hold them in. Just blame them on somebody else.
Don't eat popcorn. It's so bad for you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Derek, throwing in the support. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Derek, 10 more memberships.
Wow.
Amazing. Ralph. Katie Sack was on Rogan. Was great. He's a fan of. I know. So I produce her Clips channel, and so we were on the phone. I don't know, a little while ago, and she was telling me she's going on, and she did great. She was great. I watched it. It was she did really, really good. She's just very. You guys have seen her on this show for
she's
great. 15 years, and so she's really good. And there's a whole reason I told her in the first place why she should do a podcast. I literally called her and said you should do a podcast,
and she did it.
And she did it. The reason because she's good at it. Derek, support. Thank you, Derek. Derek coming in hot. 56. Nice. Battery. Gunn's got to go. I don't want his take on Batman or Wonder Woman. I want to see what he does if he holds back and produces. I want to see. Let's see how before you make that one statement
assessment. Let's
see how Lanterns and Supergirl are, and the other one. What's the Clayface?
Clayface.
Let's see how those are. If those deliver, then I don't know. Then let's see. But if they don't, and it still feels like Gunn's DC versus, even if he's not directing, then that's a problem.
Right.
But let's see. I don't know. How do you feel about it, John?
No, I think you have to let him play it out. The last thing we need to do is reboot all over again. And the same people wanting him out. It's the same thing as people who wanted Snyder out after one movie. Right. Man of Steel. It's like rinse, wash, and repeat.
It just happens. It's predictable, right?
Yeah.
Johnny producer, hey Kristian, you said you're taking a hit with the Demon Slayer episodes. Is there anything we can do to make up that loss? I mean, if you're watching it, you're watching. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that I would say is, watch other reactions if you're interested in them. Like Running Man. Watch Running Man today, because like I said, if as long as one or two of them make up the difference, the problem is, I'm paying for the editor, I'm paying for Winston. They're just not doing. I mean, the episodes this weekend, 5,000, 6,000. I mean, they're eating shit. But I just want to finish the show. So I'm like, I'm at this point, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll take the hit, we'll do it. But I don't think I'm going to get into, as much as I'm really enjoying anime, I don't think I'm going to go past Demon Slayer with anime, because it just clearly the audience doesn't really care for me watching it much.
Yeah,
I shouldn't. Yes,
yeah.
I shouldn't say the audience that's watching it is enjoying it.
Yes,
but the audience outside of it isn't clicking on it. So, right. but I don't want, because I really want to see how it ends. So we're gonna finish the entire series, or catch up anyway. So all anything I say is just watch the other stuff that comes out. If you want to check out The Running Man, check out the other stuff, that helps. There's DJ. Hey. I don't doubt Gunn's abilities as an artist and director. I do have concerns about his leadership. It's a fair point. There have never been one person in a leadership position who's benefited from an overactive presence on social media.
Agreed. 1,000%. Derek, you know how I feel about this, Derek. 1,000% agreed. I know people come after me, but it's the truth. It's 100%.
It's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's unfair for me to say, because I just hate social media so much. I hate everybody on social media the way they are when they're outspoken. I think you're just screaming into a void. You know, like everybody who thinks like, I'm going to get my opinion out there today. Who are you talking to? Talking to the same people to agree with you. You're not changing anyone else. The whole point of like actual debate, really positive, healthy debate and conversation, is being able to see the other person's point of view.
Yeah.
And being able to say, oh, I didn't see it that way. Okay, maybe I'll think about it this way now. In a conversation that John and I have had those conversations on this show maybe every Monday.
Yep.
You can't do that on social media.
That's why I like going live. You get people's reactions right on, who would disagree with you right there in the real time and real moment. And can debate them, which is great. Yeah.
Battery Newsom 2028 reveal alien info if elected. I'm never gonna put it. I don't like the guy.
I don't like Evan,
dude. Wow. You talk about the whole thing he's doing now. Like I just told you, I hate when people are on social media when you're supposed to be in a leadership position and you're doing, complete, like, I think that it's insanity in general. We've seen it with the president. We've seen it with so many people that are doing it, and he's doing now the fight fire with fire thing. And it's like I get it, but I'm so over that. You know what? I just hate all politicians. Let's just say that. I hate all politicians. I think they're all full of garbage.
All of them.
Wow. They're all full of shit.
You know I can't agree with you.
I know you don't, but they're all full of shit. If today they're fighting the good fight, tomorrow there's going to be someone who's going to donate to their cause that goes, hey, remember you really were lobbying for that thing? Well, we want you to vote against it, and if you do, we'll put money in your campaign. They go, oh, okay, I'll look the other way. Happens all the time. They're all shit. Derek Johnson, thank you, Derek. More support from Derek. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Derek.
And then Battery. Black Panther 2 was a mistake. Recast T'Challa, for God's sakes. I don't know if it was a mistake from what the timing that it was.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time they're going to recast him, and they should. I actually don't think they should have recast him at that time. No. I think it was too soon.
Yeah, 100% was too soon. Yeah. And people playing Monday morning quarterback on that you guys just don't understand what's going on at the time. People would have revolted if you had recast. There was not enough people that were going to be in support of you recasting it. And the studio has to read the tea leaves for what a majority of the public wants in a situation like that. And the majority of the public did not want to see Chadwick Boseman being tossed aside in essence after he's passed on for someone else to take the role. It just
it wasn't even like it was always him, and it was it would have been tough.
How many people were like, oh yeah, Julianne Moore is a great Clarice Starling? No, people were upset about that.
Right. And Jodie Foster didn't pass away.
Exactly. She didn't even pass away.
Right. Okay, let's see. Hold on a second. Let me get to the next one here. Sorry, I lost. Alex, don't forget Joseph Kosinski and Gareth Edwards. What do you mean?
I'm not putting Edwards in that mix.
What's he mean though?
He's talking about the other directors that.
Oh no, I wouldn't put Edwards in there either.
No.
What's he? I mean, because I like
Kosinski either. I mean, Oblivion is still not the greatest Tom Cruise,
and Tron isn't that great either. Yeah, I need to revisit. What's the one you just said?
Oblivion.
Oblivion. I need to revisit it because I haven't seen it in a very long time. I didn't like it when I saw it, but I really loved his last two. I'd say he's the best comeback director for sure.
For sure, yeah,
for sure. Okay, again, 61 so far.
Nice.
The Blazing Tides.
Hey,
Kristian, now that Tron's Ares bomb, do you think that he will make a good Skeletor in Masters of the Universe? So here's the thing, though. John and I both said this. I don't think that Jared Leto is the issue.
Yeah.
In that movie. Now, having said that, I also don't think he was the right choice to be the star of the film.
Fair point.
But I don't think that he was the problem. And even though he's produced it, I guess he's partially part of the problem. But it wasn't his performance that ruined the movie for me, anyway.
Yeah.
So from what? And here's the other thing, and I'm glad you asked this, Blazing, because I will say again, when I'm mistaken, I will say that I'm mistaken. I was mistaken. I kept saying, like, I kept seeing this art of Skeletor, of this like gangly face, and it looked like he had a beard, and it looked, and you see like Jared Leto, I'm like, that looks horrible. I got confirmation that is not the look, and then I got sent a picture of what actually is the look.
Oh,
and I like it.
Okay,
and I like it a lot.
Cool.
And from what I hear, I don't even think you see Leto. You only see Skeletor the whole time. That's from what I hear. So I think he very well could make a good Skeletor. It just depends if he doesn't go all jokery on and try to go so outside the box. Again, from what I'm hearing, Travis Knight is trying to stay as true to the 80s feel of the lore itself than anything. Apparently he didn't spend too much time on Earth. I mean, I should have said this. I found out a bunch of stuff about the movie. And I've been pretty vocal about how I've been kind of bummed, but only excited because Travis Knight is doing it.
Yeah.
But I got some information on that, and I'm more optimistic.
Okay.
I'm more optimistic. And I don't think that if they do what I'm hearing, then I think he could make a good Skeletor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Hitchcock. I saw Grillo's Werewolves for free and still feel like I ripped off. What a POS. I bet they premiered that movie at a plane and people were like, you know what? I think I enjoyed that movie. You know why I enjoyed it? Do you know why I enjoyed that movie? Did you see it?
No, of course I didn't see it. Go ahead.
It's meant to be a B movie that you would see in like the late 80s. It's what the intent of the movie was.
Yeah.
It is like with the full on special effects, and I mean it's made like that. So I mean, I got it right away when I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's what they want this to be.
Yeah.
It's a B movie. If you don't like watching B movies, then you could absolutely say that. And I could see if somebody just kind of popped it on thinking they were going to get one thing and then got that, I could see it, but I knew kind of what I was going into, and so that's why I liked it. Yeah.
Fair point. I mean, this is what Grillo like stakes his. Like, you know, he does a lot of those kinds of movies. So you just have to factor that into Grillo overall as an artist, as a creator.
Yeah. All right. Johnny Patrizia.
Hey.
Who sold the Stone Cold Stunner the best? Probably The Rock, right?
The Rock. Yeah. Although Angles was good because Angle would shoot his head up, pause, and then go down. I like that. But
Scott Halls was good too.
Yes. The worst was Vince. Jesus Christ.
A couple of bad ones. Derek, I'd love a new take on Zorro. Yeah, a TV show Zorro would be great. He's one of the inspirations for Batman. I think new ideas set would be more present, and it would be amazing. I'd like to see a TV show of Zorro. I think they could really make that work.
Yeah. Well, there was a really big one last year. That was a telenovela that became a big crossover sensation.
Derek,
2 hours, Derek.
He follows it up. Do you believe that this He-Man movie doesn't do well, that the doors will be closed to all the 80s cartoon remakes in the future? No. It might be closed on He-Man for a very long time,
right?
But on 80s, no, John.
No, I don't think it'll be closed because people still have such a soft spot for stuff from the 80s. It becomes retro, it becomes interesting, and so they think this is a way to maybe mine some IP because you know this, Kristian. Studios always looking for IP, no matter what decade it's in. So
Yep. I got a little surprise for you, John.
Okay, bring it on. Oh no,
Simon Section, Mr. Roca. Such a nobody, only me and you got that reference. He knocked off.
Oh my, that's amazing.
That is so good. Luke just made that. He left out the Willie Loman part thing. We got to put Willie Loman set it all up.
Exactly, and spell my last name.
That just shows you he didn't get the Willie Loman joke. He didn't know what we were laughing at.
Of course,
clearly,
Luke is 12. That's why.
He didn't know Willie Loman. You got to put Willie Loman in there, otherwise the clip doesn't work.
Yeah.
But that was hilarious though. Derek, thank you. Mike Joyce. Poor skateboat. Giants are cursed, right? Yeah, I mean, look, at this point, I just want him to lose the rest of the season. I don't want him to win a single game. I want him to get a good draft pick. That's it.
I don't know that they're cursed. You've got a good quarterback in Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
You've got Scatterbo is going to come back. He's going to be fine. Neighbors is coming back. At this point now you see what the kid's got and how he plays. And if someone else can step up, but I think I get rid of Daboll though. Too many people think Daboll is like his job is saved.
Maybe. Speaking of the Springsteen movie, I talked to Wiley Todd the other day on the membership stream. It was really nice. He said, I love the Springsteen movie. It's great with showing the music process and has great moments like Born in the USA. I also deeply relate to Isolation. Even Bruce has more than me in that regard. Yeah. So, I mean, Riley made that point on the member stream, right? And he had said that because he works in music and he liked to see that layer of it. And I think, of course, if you work in music, especially if you're a big Bruce, I can say, and like Roxy, major Bruce fan, I can see why it resonated with a lot of people for sure. But
who actually went to go see it?
But I think overall, just you're not going to be able to spread that out to a mainstream audience, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that's the problem. But okay, so let's see. Next one, we got 68.
Hey,
so far, cool. Mark Long says hello there.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, hello, Mark. Again, let's keep going. And next one, Alex. I know you. You're the asshole on TV. What? That's Running Man.
Yeah,
I know you. You're the asshole on TV. I can say the same about you. So good. And he rocks that beard in the beginning too.
We're not going to get Captain Insano. I wonder if we're going to get Captain Insano.
Oh, is that wasn't his name? Jesse Ventura? No, it wasn't Captain Insano. It was. I just watched it. What was his name? Captain Freedom. Wasn't it? It was Captain Freedom. I thought it was Captain Freedom, but it was something like that. Cowboys fan 92. Hey John, happy birthday! Recently finished Game of Thrones for the first time ever. Now halfway through House of the Dragon's first season. Millie's range is amazing. She's great in that show.
Yep, 1000%.
That's
why I'm looking forward to Supergirl.
Yes, the little Yankee support for rebuilding Lucas background. So good. Motorola.
Great.
What in the Uso Battle Royal contender nonsense is going on, Rocco? Help me make it make sense. Well, I texted Roca over the weekend about this at one point. Where is that guy? Where is he? You remember that guy? Where is he? The guy I would say it every time after Uso won the Royal Rumble. I said the guy is not a main event guy. You don't watch the product enough. You don't know this is going to be a great run. They took the title off him after a month.
Yeah.
He's got the same shtick. He's got the same shtick, and now they gave it to him again to go against Punk, and it's the most disliked video in like the history of the WWE on that page, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I said to you, this is going to be some of the, if they don't give Punk the title this time around, this would be such a major error. They need him to do it right now, especially with Rollins out.
Yeah.
They don't have any major start. Put the belt on Punk, for God's sakes. Are they going to finally do it?
I think so. I think it's finally time for him to do it. And it's like Hogan, right? They had him beat Triple H for the title with Undertaker's help.
Right.
But the reaction was great. And you don't have to keep the title on Punk for a long time, but you could carry it for 3 months. I think it'd be fun to see what Punk could create with the title for 3 months. And it's a way of saying thank you for coming back to the company and being a good guy, getting people over, helping people, both NXT and in the main roster, and just not causing any drama behind the scenes and causing any issues. So here's the belt for a few months. Let's see what you do with it. Why not? I mean,
look, it's also November by the time he's going to get that shot. It's only November, December, January, February. You're only about 4 months away from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Keep the title on him until WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Mr. CJ. Earthquake at Rokas. There you go. That was true. Again, he follows it up. New background for Roka's birthday. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen on this show. Matt Krugman, HBD Roka, also celebrated mine yesterday. Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Okay, let's see.
And look at that pretty woman on your side there. You're doing well in life, brother. Respect.
Hell yeah. All right, next one after that is Faisal.
Hey.
Hadi. Thoughts on Shelby Oaks? No reaction, review it. I haven't seen it. Haven't seen it. Wasn't offered to scratch. I same thing that I said. Same thing that I don't do what John does. I don't go to, if I miss the press screening, I don't go. I really don't. I don't like going to the theater in general with other peeps. And I also, scheduling wise, it's just hard for me to do. Wasn't offered a screening for that one, so I'm probably going to wind at this point just going to wind up doing a reaction to it when it comes out. But no reaction or review yet because there's no. I didn't. Well, it can't be a reaction yet because I haven't seen it. Cowboys fan 92. Also here in DFW, Texas, they currently have a Game of Thrones exhibition with loads of Game of Thrones costumes and props that the actors wore and used. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's fun. It's fun.
That's cool.
Mad Dog, what about Gunn paying himself 15 mil for Superman? As head, seems like he should get paid, but more profit margin, not up front. I happen to agree with that. Very much so. I mean, unless the deal was when he signed up that he said, look, and I'm doing all these duties and other things as the head, that's my deal. But anytime I direct a movie and it's signed off on, my fee is 15 mil. I mean, if that is part of the contract, then that's what the contract was.
Right.
You know, if it's like, so unless it's like you're head of the studio and then you're putting together a deal and like, you know what, we need an extra 15 so I can get paid 15, then that's a problem. But if it's part of your deal, it's part of your deal.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. If it's part of your deal, it's part of your deal. And you look at the situation. I'm sure Peter Safran signed off on all of that stuff. And so, you know, it is how it is.
Julian Ramos, in regards to 3-Eye Atlas, I just hope the aliens look like Roger from American Dad. Perfect. All right.
What was that Simon Pegg? Paul. They look like Paul.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paul was good. Renee Reyes, excuse me. Acolyte might be the worst show I've ever seen. Nonsensical story, zero payoff on our first look at Plagueis, which is some creepy alien peeking around a wall like Roka. Just kidding, Roka. Yeah, I mean it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Worst show ever. I don't know. There's been some pretty bad shows. I don't know if it's the worst show ever, but it's certainly. I think it's probably the worst Star Wars show. I would say. Yeah, it's the worst Star Wars show. That's probably true. I have to
agree with you. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Said episode 5 was fucking excellent. And if that whole show had been episode 5, I think
was that the one in the initially in the woods?
Yeah, the half an hour one in the woods. If that whole series had been like that, I think people would have absolutely loved it.
I mean, dude, not only did we say the thing about Daphne Keane, completely wasted Carrie Ann Moss.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, they completely wasted her. Johnny Patrizia, that's a bummer.
For Mando and Grogu and Sigourney Weaver. So.
I know. I would be interested to hear your thoughts on Chainsaw Man, Fullmetal Alchemist, and Attack on Titan. This channel. Yeah, I know. I mean, me too. I love to get into them, and if these would have done well, I probably would have. But I can't. I would much rather put my time and effort into some other movies that Winston can watch that he's never seen on the weekends than to do ones that just aren't. You know, like I said, I'm operating on a loss. I just can't. I can do that for now because I want to finish it, but I can't do that for other shows. Right. Andy Kumar, worst celebrity encounter. Spill the tea. Well, I've told the Gary Busey story. That's it. That there's nothing that's ever going to top that. On the rooftop with Gary Busey twice in Heat. Yeah. So the Gary Busey story.
There you go.
You got one?
Yeah. Andrew Dice Clay one time at the ArcLight Theater would not shake my hand, and
really?
He claimed because he had been working out. It was weird. I was such a fan of him, and I walked up to him in the lobby. This was very early in my time in LA, very early. So I was still like kind of starstruck seeing celebrities.
Yeah.
And so I walked to him. I was like, I'm so sorry to bother you, you know, because we're all getting popcorn. I just want to tell you how much I've loved your comedy over the years and thought that you were hard done. And I just want to shake your hand. Thanks for that. And he was like, I can't shake your hand. I've been working out. I don't want to get the sweat on you. I was like, all right. And he was wearing fingerless weight gloves, but he was dressed in like regular clothes.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a weird moment, but whatever it is.
Hey, I mean, you never know. Alex, I'll admit, I'm kind of on an island by myself here, but I love Oblivion. I wrote a paper titled, and this is true, Oblivion, a good ass movie for my film class. I got an A. I love that. I recommend giving it a second watch. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. And I'll tell you the reason why I'm gonna watch it again is because of Kaczynski. And I'm gonna think like maybe I didn't see it the right way. Is it Emily Blunt that's in that?
No, it's Andrea Riseborough.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. And when I interviewed her, I asked her about it. Stupid idiot I am. Yeah, that's right. Derek Johnson. I didn't see all of the show. How are you feeling about that NBA gambling betting scandal? Fill me in here, John.
Oh, yeah. This is a massive thing. It's been going on. Apparently, it's been investigation been going on for years.
Yeah.
They have arrested Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier. And apparently they were involved in some situations where they were one of them was taking themselves out of a game and having their friend bet money on his stats and on his time in the game, and they were making a lot of money off of that stuff. And then there were 2 poker games that both Chauncey and I think Terry were being used as like face people.
Okay.
To get people to take part in the poker games, and the poker games were fixed. Like there was like communication, there were mirrors, all this kind of stuff. And so they were being used but of course, these are all allegations, and both of them deny it. And so does Damon Jones, who's also wrapped up in this, and he's close to LeBron because apparently he was selling info on LeBron as well. That's the allegations. So, but it does not look good. It's really bad.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
And to be fair, some people are like, well, this is, Stephen A. Smith. Oh, is the Trump administration going after the NBA? This has been going on for years. So the Biden administration was investigating it, and they just now started making arrests. So, yeah.
Don Ronaldo McWhiskey. Shout out to you guys in the show. Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
Appreciate that very much. 77, John. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Derek throwing in some more support there. Same with Chef Brooklyn. And Nathan Drake, Mangold should do Springsteen. Too late now. Too late now.
Yeah, that would have been a good director.
Great. Yeah, great. Nathan also says Jeff Snyder predicted that Coogler wins Best Director.
He's come around, Jeff, on Sinners now. All of a sudden,
it seems like it. I don't. You think he'll win it? I don't know. I gotta see who else is up. Yargos is probably gonna get a shot too. Yargos and Paul Thomas Anderson too.
And I also think John M. Chu will be up for Wicked.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
He deserves it for last time. I am 2 Fly Cam. Obi-Wan was far worse than Acolyte. Leah running. I don't like that show, Obi-Wan, but there's more good in there than there was Acolyte. I disagree. That Leia moment was atrocious. The Benny Hill moment, it's the worst. It's the worst. And there's so many stupid things, and it looks so cheap. There's a lot of they dropped the ball on that show tremendously, but it's not worse than Acolyte, in my opinion. Yeah,
because there is a Leia moment in just about every episode of the Acolyte except for that episode 5. So like, if you take one moment and plus it by 10 or 8, whatever, it's not a good sign. So,
yeah. Paul Hitchcock. Oh, we did that. We did that already.
Oh, it's a different, but it's same comment, but different ending.
Okay. Sorry. Gunn paying himself $15 million for Superman is decent, but Zombie still wins for paying himself $39.85 million for directing the monsters. I still want to know what the actual budget was for that. There's that rumor that it was $40 million. Brett and I am convinced, and I never want to find out the answer to this question. But I am convinced that Rob Zombie watched that video of me and Brett talking about that because he tweeted out and said, all these people talking about this is not true. How the hell am I going to make a movie for $40 million? It was hilarious. Aaron Ambrose, how are you going to arrange Demon Slayer this week? 3 episodes. It's a great question. So I think the way that we're going to do it is we're going to do it depends. If I have enough time with Winston, which I think I will actually, I'm probably going to just release I'm going to do the last 2 episodes of season 1, which will come out on Saturday. And then I'm probably just going to have episode 1 of season 2 released on Sunday and then do the movie the following week. Is probably what we'll do. Derek, think you do well with One Piece anime watches if you cut out the filler and watch arcs and just have reactions and segments to the arc. Yeah, Derek, I can't make that risk right now. I just can't make that risk, unfortunately. Hey, Mr. CJ. Hey. Kristian, have you swung the sledgehammer during your workouts? No, I have a pretty consistent routine that I do. And that's not part of the workout. But
I did that with
it's very effective. I mean, dudes, I see some of these people when I'm there, like I said, I have my thing that I do with the consistency on it. And they're like, they're hanging up upside down like Batman. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm like, I get tired just looking at that. I can't.
That's when you've gone into the real addiction to.
No way. John Darius. Hey guys, question. Should Disney reboot/remake Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6? I understand the importance of those films, but do you ever think they need to do a do-over for modern cinema? I think that it's in a very different state because they're still actively making movies in that timeline. And TV shows in that timeline, so it's not like it's been dormant for a year and then they just refresh. So no, I don't think that those will ever be remade. I think that they're the one set of movies. And look, it's the same way that like the Bond movies won't be remade; they just continue to make new ones.
I think they're working on, from what I've heard or what I've seen online, like they're working on a 4K version of the original cuts of the 4, 5, and 6. I think that needs to come out. I think the closest you'll get to a remake is they're going to recast these guys, and they should. It's way past time.
They should do that. Yeah,
like, don't recast Black Panther. Great, we are way past the sell-by date to recast Luke and Leia and Han. So
that's a great point. I think that they're so afraid to do that they don't. You can get some really great stories with Luke Skywalker and some great stories with Leia and Han, but it's like you got to and do not. And look, I love the guy. I think the guy is a great actor. You cannot cast Alden Ehrenreich again as Solo.
I agree.
I said, I said, John, about him is that he's a great actor. He's not cool.
No, he's not cool like Solo.
He's not cool. He's just what role has he done? Really, that guy's cool. But never.
Even in
Weapons.
Yeah, Weapons, but also Ironheart, right?
No, he wasn't cool.
Yeah, it wasn't. And I know he's supposed to be nerdy.
No, he was good.
Harrison Ford could have played that role and still made it cool.
He's great in every movie he's in. I really enjoy him as an actor, and I think he elevates projects when he's in it. He's just not cool.
Yeah,
and that's okay. You don't have to be, but Han Solo's cool. He's not cool.
Yeah.
Derek Johnson, most egregious waste to me in Acolyte was Manny, and Manny was, I think, but he was the most well developed at anybody. Though. That's the one thing. Lee Jung-jae, I think the both of them, those two, as much as you could have seen them do more, they were the most developed at anyone. I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan, but the premise got me to watch. That's fair.
The thing is, when you look at shows, you look at movies, screen time can matter, but the great actors or the damn good actors are the ones who can make the most with the least amount of screen time. And both Manny Jacinto and Lee Jung-jae did that.
Yeah.
And that's why Manny stood out the way he did. Amanda Stenberg had all this time, didn't stand out anywhere near as much as Manny did. And
she didn't help herself out.
Daphne King stood out so much that you want to make the show about her.
She didn't help herself out though too. She took the social and blamed everybody for the reason. It's not smart. Peter Kalenko.
Hey,
Kristian, are you and Steph gonna react to Arnold's Conan? I think so. And Roka, can you remind me which days and time you guys stream?
Well, here's what I'll tell you. Starting November 1st, I'm going to start going drive time live every day, 4 to 6, 4 to 7. That's the plan. And I will fold in the other shows that I do on the channel now to be a part, like Spill the Tequila and others. And so that's kind of the plan. We'll see where Hot Mic goes. There's a talk about just making that a Patreon only show. So there are changes coming. So just follow me on social media and I'll make the announcements. At The Roca Says, I'll make the announcements soon for sure.
Lastly, you guys caught up on Slow Horses. I am not. Yes, I need to be. People love that show so much.
There is no screener series that pops up that I watch faster than when a new series of Slow Horses pops up. We burned it in 2 days. It's a good season this season.
I've heard it was amazing. Okay, so just a couple more here, John. 87, pretty good start. Pretty good start. Derek, a little bit more. Motorola, not a personal celebrity story, but from my dad. Brad Paisley mentioned he was a fan of my dad, and my dad goes, "Sure thing, pal," and keeps walking. Thanks for ruining Luke's future country career. Oof. That's great. How are you doing, Joe? I miss you, bud. That's a great story.
That's awesome.
All right, we did it. We're here. We made it. It is the Monday show. We had a good conversation, myself and John. Make sure you check out John Roca on the John Roca channel. One more time, John, where can they?
Please follow me on social media at The Roca Says. As you can see, my background is half done. At The Roca Says on social media and my YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Roca Says. We're like 30 away from 40,000. Please come and subscribe to the channel and enjoy the content there. Thanks, Kristian. Lovely Monday. Enjoy yourselves, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Thank you guys for being here. Lots going on the channel. Soon, around 2:30, in about just around half an hour from now, we'll have the reaction for Running Man 1987. So make sure you check that out. I see somebody asking me as far as this. Let me bring that up. Production on the show. That I have a phone call today that I'm hoping we turn. What we hope is our final draft of the show, but we'll see what the producer and director have to say about it today. And then the goal is to then start going over potential cast. And as I mentioned, we're going to put together the cast list, the people that we want things to. And as where pilots are, they're pricey. So we're going to say this is the minimum that we can do it for, set that goal, hope that we exceed that goal. And then I should have an announcement of, I'm going to do a full stream when we announce both the tiers, and I'll probably announce the director and the producer on the same stream, and then we'll do it. So that's it. No, I know this already. It shouldn't anymore. Casey, thanks. Appreciate you guys. You guys rule. And Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. When will I announce the Kickstarter?
I wish I knew.
Fair enough, George. All right. We'll see you guys on the flip side.